Award-winning chef Kwame Onwuachi is sharing his Afro-Caribbean-inspired cuisine with Las Vegas. Already known for his hit New York City restaurant Tatiana, Onwuachi is excited to open a new fine dining eatery in Sin City.
We're offering something I think that's unique. We're doing a Caribbean steakhouse, so it's my twist on a traditional American steakhouse with an injection of flavor and culture and history. And we're giving, in my eyes, Las Vegas what they need. You know, I think they need restaurants like that are culturally diverse, that tell a story, and also that Las Vegas can call its own. You know, it's a restaurant that is for Las Vegas, that the locals can claim that you have to come to Las Vegas to eat there.
Onwuachi speaking to Bloomberg about the new Vegas plans. The new place will add to a growing footprint for the chef across the nation, a list that already includes Chicago and New Orleans. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
He steps to the mic with a boom, ping, ping. Wisdom sharper than a beast's fierce sting. Words like fireflies that light the night. He turns the dark into blazing bright. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, oh, the airwaves king. Shake the ground, unveils the truth where lies abound. Politics, justice, social streams. He molds the chaos into dreams. No silence here, just the sound of change. Boom, ping, ping, rearrange. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, or the airwaves king. Through the static, through the noise, he amplifies the people's voice. Boom, ping, ping, like a heartbeat's call. He's got the wisdom to break down walls. Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Today is Thursday, August 13th, 2026. It seems like the dust is starting to settle just a little bit in the race for governor The November 3rd event is now thoroughly underway. I've been giving this a lot of thought, so I had to get over the initial shock of the unlikely, impossible, and improbable victory of David Crowley. So that's in the past. Now we have to look forward to November 3rd. And when I think about it, there's something to be excited about here. So first and foremost, eating Republicans is my favorite snack. They're just my favorite thing to feast on because they give me so much nourishment. Honestly, there's just so much there. There's so much failure. There's so much hypocrisy, and there's also a lot of contrast between them and any other political party, particularly the Democrats, even in the personalities of the people that they choose. So you have a U.S. Senate race going on in Georgia. Jonathan Ossoff is up for re-election. And I don't typically follow races in other states because I am not familiar enough with the culture of those states. All you can do is you can read about the candidates and maybe you get a news article here or you see a news story there. But if you don't live in those states and you are not immersed in those political climates, it's just we're speaking out of school a lot of times, just like I'm not a fan of somebody from Maine or New York or California commenting on the political decisions that we make here in the state of Wisconsin. I'm even more offended by people who are not familiar and from Milwaukee that have a lot to say about how we make decisions here, particularly those suburbanites that think that they know best. So I don't oftentimes involve myself in politics in which I am not immersed in that culture, but I look at who the Republicans have nominated in Georgia to run against Jonathan Ossoff. And dude is not only an election denier, but he's also, the January 6 people need to get reparations. It is literally insane. And we're going to have some of that insanity here in Wisconsin. And I think it might make the pathway for a Democrat, namely David Crowley, to make his way into the governor's office. But I also want to let folks know some things that they should be aware of. This campaign is going to be very different than probably anything that you have ever seen. There's going to be some things that are going to be tried and experimented with, probably on both sides to see what sticks, what works, what's going to go viral on social media, what message point is going to resonate with voters in the state of Wisconsin, because Wisconsin still occupies a very important place and space in American politics. And what works here very well could be what they use and the strategy that they may employ in the presidential election of 2028. So we have to be very mindful of what is happening here and paying very much attention to the issues and how those issues are promoted. There's reason to be excited, of course, for David Crowley and the possibility of this historical event, but let's not just get lost in the history. There's a hell of a lot more going on just, other than David Crowley potentially being the first African-American governor. He's from Milwaukee, and I think that may give some people a little bit of encouragement because if you feel like the issues of this town have been ignored at higher levels of politics, then maybe this is an opportunity to showcase and to highlight the good things we have going on where that can get more attention and more investment from state government and from state budgets, but also to provide some kind of political remedy to the problems that have long gone unaddressed in the city of Milwaukee, namely poverty, joblessness, even hopelessness, lower levels of education for our children. So maybe it's an opportunity for that, and I certainly hope so. I really do. I hope that there are Democrats that see the value of Milwaukee that get elected to the Wisconsin State Assembly and the State Senate, because guess what? We need them too. Now, this is not just a one-man show. It's not just the governor's office. We're going to need a trifecta, especially a legislative trifecta that can even push back on some of the worst impulses of this liberal-controlled state Supreme Court, because I don't trust them. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what did the state Supreme Court do while I was sleeping? I don't trust them. Y'all need to keep an eye on them, folks. But we are going to have to do something here in the city of Milwaukee if we want what I think could be the ultimate prize for us, electing David. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this campaign. At least I am. There's going to be so much to talk about. Tom Tiffany is just, oh, my God, he's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm just going to rip him to shreds. But I'm not going to rip him to shreds personally. I'm not going to do that, even though he probably sleeps with his mother. No, they have their own sides of the bed. They don't sleep together. I don't know. Maybe they do. Whatever. Oh, don't be shocked at who a Republican will nominate nowadays. Seriously. because their standard is even lower than ours is sometimes for the candidates that they produce. We're going to have to let David tour the entire state and not talk about Milwaukee wherever he goes. And I think that some people may get offended by that because during the primary election cycle, there wasn't really a lot of talk about Milwaukee and Milwaukee's issues. In fact, I thought that the candidates were trying to find a pathway to the Democratic nomination without bringing up the burden of Milwaukee. I think that's actually what they did, because if you're trying to get votes outstate, which is where the majority of the votes came from, outstate voters either don't like Milwaukee, don't trust Milwaukee, or they look at the overall political leadership in Milwaukee and they think that they don't want any semblance of that political leadership representing them in their small towns and their small communities. Now, David is on a unity tour. I got some details about that I'm going to share with you in a little bit, but you're often going to hear him say, bridging this divide between urban, suburban, and rural. He has to do that to galvanize his support because Tom Tiffany is not going to be an easy win. But we're going to have to give him a tremendous amount of grace and a tremendous amount of latitude. And I'm bringing this up because I don't want people to start to be, I guess, disenchanted and disappointed by what you're going to hear the county executive say when he does a speech in Manitowoc or in Marathon County or in Marinette, or even when he goes to Madison. He's going to be talking to people that are not us, that have different issues, that need to be included in this campaign, of course. But I think some of us are going to be very disappointed that he is not platforming the issues that are most important to us in Milwaukee. That is an important part of the strategy, because if he is too Milwaukee-centric in his message, which we're going to want him to be, just like when Barack Obama was president, we wanted Barack Obama to say a whole bunch of stuff about black people and how he was going to help black people, and we wanted him to mention us all the time. He didn't. Did he accomplish things for the black community? You bet your sweet patootie he did, but it was covert. And even when Barack Obama did something to, like, dog whistle to the black community, it flew over most of our damn heads. One of the funding mechanisms for the Affordable Care Act. So this shows the wit of Barack Obama that flew over the heads of most Caucasian folks because, not too hard to fool them. Sorry, whites. I mean, I love you, but come on. You're so blinded by your understanding of race, history, and culture that black folks, like what we know and what we understand, we can run circles around y'all and y'all wouldn't even have a clue. So one of the funding mechanisms with the Affordable Care Act is we had to increase taxes because it was really expensive to implement. Expensive to roll out, expensive to sign people up, expensive to have exchanges in other states. It just was a lot. Cost a bunch of monies, okay? One of the funding mechanisms was a particular tax. Now, you got to keep in mind why Barack Obama went as far. I'm giving you an idea of how politics works. It may not be on the outside explicitly, racially impactful, but implicitly it is. Barack Obama couldn't say, hey, I want a healthcare program in this nation because black people are dying a lot and we are the least insured and we are the least healthy and we have the least, as black people, healthcare clinics and investments in our black communities. He can't say that because then the white folks will be like, hey, what about us? You can't say that. So you have to just give the details of what affordable health care could do for all people. But the reason why he prioritized it the way that he did, and folks still don't get this. Barack Obama been out of office for 16 years. No, not that long. 6 years? 12? What year is this? 2026? When did he leave? 10 years. Whew. That's my Brown Deer High School math. Hey, at least I'm on grade level.
Technically 9 years.
Fair enough. What is my grade level in math? What grade am I even in? Like the 41st grade? Whatever. Neither here nor there. So the reason why he went so far, I'm just giving you an idea of how implicit racial politics works, because black people have to be really versed in this stuff. Otherwise, we're going to think that nobody is talking to us, nobody is speaking on our behalf. But because this country is so racially sensitive, and I say racially sensitive because whenever somebody says they want to do something for black people, it immediately gets shot down. So you can't say that. So if David wants to do things for black people, which I believe that he probably does, he can't say that. And because we're not going to hear him say that, we're going to think that he's ignoring us. No, my babies, we're going to be fine. Let me tell you how it works. Barack Obama laid a blueprint that we still aren't following because we still don't understand it, yet we think we can rebuild a Barack Obama coalition. No, we're not going to be able to do that. We can get close, but nothing like what we had. So the reason why he went as far as he did with the Affordable Care Act, and it cost him a lot. He expended a lot of political capital. People didn't like it. People protested against it, which was insane. In 2010, that first midterm election, there were some Democrats running for the U.S. Senate that denounced the Affordable Care Act, and guess what? They didn't get reelected. So it took a lot. It was expensive, it was politically costly, etc. But the reason why he went as far as he did with it is because it was the number one issue other than the economy. But if you're not healthy and you're dead, then how much money you make and what kind of job you have is kind of secondary. Let's help black people live and go to the doctor and get the medications and get the surgeries first, and then everything else comes second, because you will find as you get older, nothing is more important than your health. Literally nothing. I would rather be broke and healthy as a horse than rich and damn near dying. That's just me. So to let folks know that he was thinking about the African-American community in the Affordable Care Act, he snuck in a little tax. And that tax was the signal to us, hey, black folks, wink, wink, nod, nod, I got you. This is for you. He put a 10% tax on tanning salons. Think about that. He just picked out an industry that is universally frequented by Caucasian people. So he has this health care plan, the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, and he's like, you white folks is going to pay for it. One member of Congress, I cannot think of his name for the life of me. I don't believe he is still in the House of Representatives or in the U.S. Senate. He did a press release. It was like, yo, Barack Obama is the most racist president ever because he is taxing white people to go to tanning salons to pay for the Affordable Care Act. But for some reason, people didn't put two and two together, and they didn't really make the case. But that's exactly what he did. And so you have to be covert in how you assist African Americans with our progress, because if you are outwardly racial, then you're going to lose support. David Crowley is probably going to be somewhere up north. You might see him in camouflage or blaze orange, turkey hunting somewhere near Richmond Center. You might see him in Mauston on a dairy farm milking a cow. We have to give him the grace to do that, because he's going to need to make those folks feel comfortable with him, and we have to allow him to do that. He's going to be wearing many, many hats. Some hats are not going to fit. You might see David Crowley wearing a cheesehead hat. Side note, for some reason, I don't like when black people wear cheesehead hats. That doesn't mean that you're going to stop wearing cheesehead hats. I just don't think that that's for us. So please be patient and allow this campaign to do what the campaign is going to do, because David needs to make rural and exurban and suburban white folks who maybe have never voted for a Democrat before, or maybe they never voted for an African American before, he's going to have to make them feel comfortable. So I don't want us to think that our issues as black people in the city of Milwaukee are going to get ignored. We get our issues rectified when he makes the budget, when he does the line item vetoes. That's where we get our money, okay? We're going to have fun with this campaign. Tom Tiffany he's not in a good position. He's endorsed by Donald Trump. Donald Trump's approval ratings are very low. Also have something that I believe is the wind at David Crowley's back. Any advantage that David could get, especially a historical one, is one that we should consider. Voters in the state of Wisconsin absolutely do not like to elect members of Congress to be governor. We don't like it. We don't like Congress people. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of examples of many members of Congress, or someone who has at least served a term or two in Congress, that has tried to run for governor and failed. So Tom Tiffany has that going against him. I'll just give you one example. I'm going to give you this example, and I'm going to take a little commercial break. How many times did Tom Barrett run for governor? 3 times? Now, I ended up being the mayor of the city of Milwaukee for 20 years, but that's kind of a low bar. One of the biggest sticking points as to why Tom Barrett was never elected governor, he tried in 2002. Tom Barrett tried again in 2010. And then there was the recall of Scott Walker in 2012. And Tom Barrett was like, third time is the charm. No, it wasn't. The third time was not a charm. People did not want to bring someone from Washington, D.C. and all their poisonous, tainted politics into the beautiful, clean, honest, fair government state of Wisconsin. So we're going to talk about the things today. And, of course, if you have questions, comments, need beauty tips or recipes, our phone number is 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. I'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Constipation with belly pain back again? Huh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Relax, our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'm
The last time a person that served in Congress, either the House of Representatives or the U.S. Senate, was elected governor in the state of Wisconsin. This is also very good trivia for you. I don't know if you guys like to play trivia. I love to play trivia. I like to go deep, deep, deep into the heart of the suburbs and play trivia. I like to play bar trivia. This is a little thing that I do. And I like to show the white people how smart I am because they get very mad when I win. Oh, no, this was like a thing that I did. I've kind of fallen off of it because I'm busy doing other stuff. But oh, no, I would love, and I'd win the little gift card or whatever. And sometimes I'd win the gift card, wouldn't even take it. Well, it looks like our winner is Sherwin Hughes. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Love winning trivia. Robert M. LaFollette. You guys know him. He was the old progressive dude fighting Bob LaFollette, even though the kind of progressivism that he was in favor of and that he supported and that he promoted is not this kind of progressivism that we have right now. I got an article I might share with you guys. It's kind of like super cerebral and it's real high-level intellectual, but it explains why black people have a problem grasping and gravitating toward this current incarnation of democratic socialism, because I think a lot of it is just unexplained. And when black people, quote-unquote, don't get on board, then we are ostracized, we are heavily disrespected, and essentially cast aside as being establishment or being some kind of slur. And the reason why so many DSA folks, like the real super loyal ones, are so demeaning and disrespectful to black leftists who do not agree with or adhere to democratic socialism is they lack complete and total historical context. And it's their ignorance that is showing, because the problem with democratic socialism, the way it is being exhibited now, and then there's MAGA too, is both of them are what we call paternalistic. You diminish the voices that disagree with you, even if they are on your own side, right? So you can have a Republican that may see the faults of MAGA, that it's too extreme. It goes too far. It's very overwhelming. It breaks the rules. And if you have a legitimate Republican that says, hey, MAGA, like maybe you should like smooth out some of these rough edges. And then what MAGA will do is they will primary that Republican. This is a personal thing for me. I am not going to be a part of any political modality that cannot accept critiques from its own side. Now, at the end of the day, I think what the Democratic Socialists want is a lot of what we want. Here's the problem. And they don't get it because they're white supremacists too. But they're white supremacists that are just a little bit more inclusive of other people, other interests, and other demographics, only because it strengthens their political coalition. Okay? You can be a white supremacist. That just means the white people take the lead. That means everybody else, no, you follow us. We're the Santa Claus. You're just in the back of the sleigh. Don't worry, we're going to take you where you need to go. So you can be very much racist and have prejudice and have racial bias, but still be inclusive of black people because we bring a political credibility. So it makes a lot of sense for a socialist movement to have African Americans in it, especially black people that are influential in the black community, because those black people who are involved in democratic socialism can then bring the black community with them without having to burden the leadership of DSA of actually talking to, working with, and understanding the black community and our history. And the reason why there was a split, because early in the 1900s, there was some combined effort of progressivism and socialism and black requests for political power. The problem with socialists is they put class first. Black people have to put race first. There is no place in this country where I can pretend I'm not black, but just be working class. I am black first. Everything else flows from that. But that's America, though. And the thing about socialism is that it says, oh, no, your problems aren't because you're black. No. Your problems are because the rich people are hoarding all of the money and they don't pay enough taxes and capitalism is bad. I hate when they lecture us on capitalism because no one in this nation has been harmed more by capitalism than black people. But it's not just capitalism and the exploitation of workers and labor. It's not just that. It's race too. But they don't want to hear that because they are just as paternalistic as MAGA is. And therefore, black folks will have no part of it. That can be a much longer discussion, but I know that it's going to come up again because I think with Francesca Hong's historic run, and it was historic, some credibility has now been shifted to Democratic Socialists, and they're going to raise a bunch of money. I'm sure she's raised a bunch of money for Democratic Socialists here, and every time she did a national interview, she probably helped to elevate and pedestalize the profile. But they're going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming. They're going to keep running. We got a couple of them now. I got a couple in the state legislature. You have an alder person or two that are also Democratic Socialists. So they're going to keep coming. But there's still going to be a disconnect between black leftists, black Democrats, and DSA. And there's like a conflict there that is rooted in their lack of racial understanding. All right. There have been people that have served in the House of Representatives that were elected governor of the state of Wisconsin. You may know some of these people. I'm going to read their names just as an example, but it's also extremely rare. All right. Cadwalder, that's his first name. Cadwalader. How do you even say that name? Cadwalader C. Washburn, Republican, served in the House of Representatives from 1855 to 1861, and again from 1867 to 1871, was elected governor for 2 years in 1872. All right. What other member of Congress? You know, Tom Tiffany is a member of Congress. I'm just giving you some examples that, yes, it is possible for a member of Congress to be elected governor, but it's very, very rare. And it was a long time ago. Jeremiah M. Rusk. There's a county named after him, if I'm not mistaken. I think we have a Rusk County in Wisconsin. Also a Republican. Served in the House of Representatives from 1871 to 1877. Then was elected governor and served from 1882 to 1889. And then, of course, fighting Bob La Follette, Republican again, served in the House from 1885 to 1891, then was elected governor and served from 1901 to 1906 before being elected to the U.S. Senate. Other members of Congress, at least a dozen of them, mostly members of the House of Representatives, have run for governor of Wisconsin. No U.S. senator from Wisconsin has ever done so in the modern political era after 1913. So let's see here. John Tweedy ran for governor. He was a member of Congress. He didn't win. Oh, you guys know this one. Gilbert Woodward. He was a member of Congress, ran for governor, lost. Joseph Beck lost in a Republican primary. He was a member of Congress, ran for governor, lost. Raymond Cannon. Nope. Even Bob Caston was a sitting House member, lost the 1978 Republican primary. And then you got Tom Barrett. Lost a Democratic primary in 2002 and lost general elections in 2010 and 2012. Mark Green was a member of the House of Representatives. He lost to Jim Doyle in 2006. Then another Republican, Mark Newman, former member of the House of Representatives, lost in the 2010 Republican primary to Scott Walker, who was county executive when he ran for governor and won. There is more history showing that Wisconsin would rather elect a county executive to governor than a member of Congress. And then now you have the next in line of succession of failed members of Congress running for governor. Tom Tiffany, currently a member of the House of Representatives and is the Republican nominee for governor. I said all that to say this. Looks like the odds are starting to stack up in David's favor. Donald Trump's approval rating is low. Tom Tiffany is an election denier. He is heavily MAGA. Do you know that even on days where Tom Tiffany was conflicted with Donald Trump on a piece of legislation where there needed to be a House vote, and if Tom Tiffany didn't agree with a piece of legislation that Donald Trump wanted the MAGA caucus to support, you know what Tom Tiffany would do? He wouldn't even go to Congress that day. Isn't that crazy? Instead of voting his conscience or even voting on behalf of his constituents, if there was a piece of legislation that Donald Trump liked and Tom Tiffany didn't, he wouldn't even vote at all, so he wouldn't be on the record as voting against his boss. That's insane to me. Don't let that man become governor. David Crowley, he's got to do it now. Damn it. The primary is over. Shout out to all the people that were involved. And thank you to Kelda for taking just enough votes away from Franny Pants. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Looking for fun, adventure, and family-friendly activities this summer? Discover Milwaukee's Urban Ecology Center with locations in Riverside Park, Washington Park, and Menominee Valley. Explore hiking trails, family programs, outdoor adventures, community events, and opportunities to connect with nature right in your neighborhood. Whether you're looking for a weekend adventure or a summer-long experience, Urban Ecology Center has something for everyone. Learn more and register today at urbanecologycenter.org. Nature is closer than you think.
Hey, making copies? Who are you? I'm future you. Oh, constipation with belly pain back again? Yeah. Our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Y'all know what it is. It's the unstoppable T.U.G. Chris Stokes presents Dame. That's right. Hit him.
Aaron says, most black folks 50% on the dollar in 1 year with politics and the market. What is, I don't know what that means. Linda says, you can set the stage for us to follow, Sherwin. Give us some ideas, strategies to help make this moment happen, the best of Black Milwaukee. I'm not entirely sure what black people want. Like, we obviously want more opportunities and we want, I don't know, more money and better jobs. But let's say you bring real good jobs here, whatever a good job is. I don't even know what a good job is. What's a good job? Being a welder? No, we don't want to weld. And plus, I don't know if I trust some black folks around fire. But if you're not qualified for the job, what's the point of bringing a good job here? So I'm trying to think, because I hear this a lot. Oh, Sherwin, we got to do stuff for Black Milwaukee. Black Milwaukee is unique and different and very individual, and people are at different levels and want different things and have different aspirations and different desires. If it's the lowest level of us, what do we do to help them? We got to make sure that education here is solidified, because that is where they are lacking the most and could potentially have the most benefit. For black people who might be, fairly educated and a little bit more ambitious, maybe the barriers to entrepreneurship should be lowered. We know that African Americans usually have less resources, less available credit. Maybe there can be some opportunities there, but there has to be like a multi-step approach to how you improve overall Black Milwaukee. First and foremost, we need political education, because you can have an agenda and want a bunch of things. You can want better schools, and you can want more opportunities and more entrepreneurship, grants and resources. But if you don't know how the political system works and where you need to get in to fit in, what committee meetings you need to go to, and every now and again to help the black community, you may actually have to go to Madison, to the seat of state government, and provide your testimony. Go to a committee meeting. Speak in favor of a particular bill or a proposal that might do exactly what we're talking about. Free up more resources for black entrepreneurs, et cetera, et cetera. So we have to be very much involved in this campaign, because there's a real opportunity here, not just stopping a MAGA acolyte, but to put who I think is a reasonable person in the governor's office. And also shout out to Tony Evers, because I don't know if most people are grasping this. Power in this country is really only transferred in a couple of ways, right? First is revolution. Next is through democratic means, just through the regular, ordinary vote, or it can be bestowed. Tony Evers bestowed power to David Crowley with his endorsement and with his support. You got to think about this for a second. Because first of all, Tony Evers absolutely didn't have to do it, and he was expected not to. He made a very conscious decision, okay? So he bestows this power, which we have to say, it worked. It worked just enough. At 3,200 votes worth, it worked. And for Tony Evers to pick David Crowley, of the other individuals he could have bestowed that power on. Remember, Tony Evers passed up Mandela Barnes, who served with him as lieutenant governor. Tony Evers didn't bestow power on his current lieutenant governor, Sarah Rodriguez. Probably a good thing that he didn't do that, because that would have been a disaster for everybody. Tony Evers didn't bestow power on what essentially was his number 2 in state government, Joel Brennan, who ran his Department of Administration. He bestowed power to David Crowley. And here's one thing that I know about the white folk. Even the good white folk do not want to bestow power to black people. The good white folks will say, okay, black people, if you can get elected, then go ahead, then the power is legitimate. If you can get elected, if you can convince enough of us to vote for you, then we won't stand in your way. But for them to bestow it, like, that's a historical moment. I don't want that to be lost. But I have a feeling the moment will be lost as soon as we get done talking to. Hi, Bob. How are you today?
Hello, Shirley. Well, you deep into politics. You know a lot about it. I grant you that. But you said one thing today. You said good health and no money is not as good as bad health and being rich, or is better. Now I have another analogy. Oh, see that? Well, I'm getting old. I can't say them words no more. Another point I'll say. The second to what you said. It's me being able to wrestle, work hard, one job and 3 part-time jobs, 1 full-time, just athletic, and now I can't walk. I'm old, and I got 1 arm. The thing that goes second to that, I got a happy-go-lucky attitude. Otherwise, I wouldn't have played my sax at your place for 3 times. You know, that's interesting. I don't let it get me down. I'm not, woe is me, and woe is me. God give me a happy-go-lucky attitude. Now, David Crowley, I'm a little bit lighter than him, maybe. White people like light people. That's who they tell that butt up. No, white people like light-skinned people. So I'm a little worried about my man. I'm a little lighter than him, not much.
So are you saying that you should be the Democratic nominee because your skin complexion is lighter than David Crowley's? Bob, I'm not even going to entertain this. This is probably one of the dumbest things that you've ever said. Let me make it abundantly clear. White people like other white people. They don't. We as black people have colorism. White people don't care. If you got a tinge of black in you, they put us all in the same bucket. So don't use your very limited knowledge and logic and try to apply to white people that you've never met before. Okay? Don't do that. Let's not do colorism is bad. We don't like that.
White people like light-skinned people more, not all of them, but most of them, because they got a lot more white in them. And that's what I'm worried about. He's dark.
Bob, it's so hard to listen to. You're embarrassing yourself right now because you're speaking on behalf of a group of people that historically just don't like black people at all. You ever heard of the 1/8 rule? You ever heard of that? The 1-drop rule? You ever heard of that?
No. What is that, Phil? What is that? You know? But
whoa, Bob. You've never heard of the 1-drop rule?
1-drop rule? 1-drop rule.
If you have 1 drop of black blood in your body, regardless of your complexion, you are considered black. I think it's like 1/16. So if you have like a biracial great-grandparent, you would be considered black and kept out of society. You would be separated. You would be segregated. So if you think that the color of our skin has anything to do with white people accepting us, I beg to differ, because they actually had established rules to determine who was black and who was not. Who was white? Do you think that light-skinned black people could vote? Do you think that light-skinned black people that had really good hair and even light-complected eyes had the same opportunities as white folks in the Jim Crow South? That's a yes or no?
Through my experience,
which is very limited.
White
but I
people,
asked you a yes or no question. We're going to do the yes or no before we go on anything else.
All right. Yes,
if you were biracial even, were you considered, because your skin tone was light, even if your hair was straight and your eyes were blue, did you have the same opportunities as white people? Yes or no?
Wow.
Yes. No, not wow. Yes or no?
Yeah, I guess
God Almighty. Yes or no.
I would have the same opportunity.
Yes, Bob, yes, yes or no? Yes or no? I'm trying not to throw stuff in the studio. Yes or no?
Okay.
No. Oh. So you mean to tell me that in, let's say, 1901, a person that was biracial, they had a black father and a white mother, they had the same, they were looked at the same as a white person. They could vote, they could own property, they could run for office, they could go to a bank and get a loan. Is that what you're telling me? That if you were biracial?
No, not when I came up. Too much. I mean, it happened, but
so then I'm putting a hole in your colorism argument that white people, quote unquote, like black people that are lighter. That's not the case. Okay?
They got better jobs. They got put up in higher places than dark-skinned people. I mean, I'm about the same color as my man, and I just worried about the white folks in Wisconsin looking at him.
Has a white person ever told you that?
No, but I've seen it. I just seen them white people give more because they got more white in them.
All right.
They just do.
Well, Mandela Barnes his complexion was lighter than David Crowley's, and David Crowley outperformed him, right? You'd think that if your theory is true, that the lighter black would do much better. Mandela didn't really do so good. In fact, he dropped out of the race. I just am trying to prove that your argument of colorism is terrible. And that's usually a beef because black people, we tend to be jealous of lighter skinned black people because we believe they are closer to whiteness. And then we look at all the opportunities they get, and we just assume because their complexion is lighter than ours that they got the opportunity because they are lighter. Maybe they're smarter. Maybe they were better educated. Maybe they had better professional networks. That is us as black people that are of a darker skin color platforming white supremacy. When we internally as black people think that light-skinned blacks have it better, have it easier because they're closer to whiteness, that's a us problem, not a white people problem. Because white people tell you, oh, no, we hate all you niggers. No. It doesn't matter what your hair texture is or your eye color. So that's something that I think you need to know, Bob. I'm a little disappointed that you made it to your ripe old age and didn't realize that. Colorism is a black thing.
You keep in your political arena, your forte, man. You're doing good in this. This is a big thing. That's been your great experience. Continue, sir. And I'll talk to you later. I used to like Chaka Khan, but Beyonce's number one now. I'll talk to you later. Biden told that butt up.
I hate when I got to explain common sense stuff to black people. I hate it. Because why do I come here? For what,
Bob?
Listen, I need Bob to be arrested. I think he just needs to spend a little time in a joint. Just not a long bid, just like 9 months.
That's a long time.
He needs it. Let's take a break, come back. Really don't want to talk about colorism because it's embarrassing and it's an old, antiquated 20th century concept that we as black people need to do away with. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving, you're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
And welcome back to Get Ahead of It. First question, if your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back, you should...
Talk to your doctor.
Yes! It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You all are going to have to get involved at a level that you probably have never gotten involved before. What frustrates me is the people that have the most complaints, about unfairness, a lack of opportunity, how bad the conditions are, and they do the least about it. Posting on social media your support for a candidate or a cause means nothing. It means as much as a yard sign. Little update for you. My across the street neighbor is still displaying their Francesca Hong yard sign. So just saying. She had yard signs everywhere. They're all over the city. Blanketed whole neighborhoods. You would think that, oh my goodness, her support is overwhelming. Yard signs don't vote, do they? So if we are serious about this endeavor, we have to get off the sidelines, and it makes me curious why we would be on the sidelines anyway, because where this Trump administration is and how it is now trickling down into states and locally, that should be a wake-up call for us. There's a real opportunity here, and I don't want us to squander it. I entertained a telephone call last night on the Hughes Views 414 YouTube podcast, where I found myself having to convince a 50-year-old black man why he needs to vote. I am no longer going to do that. And if you're one of those people that, well, Sherwin, then tell me why I need to vote. I'm not telling you a goddamn thing. Screw you. Don't vote. In fact, you're probably better off not voting. I'll vote, and then the political party or the apparatus that I and those like me select get to tell you what to do. I am not here to tell a black person that they need to vote because they always want to be convinced. It's a weird kind of power trip because I think that we have an understanding of how important the black vote is. It's almost like this fulcrum between white people that are on the far right and even white people that are on the far left. Like black people are like the balance in between, right? And that's a tremendous amount of power, especially in a state where 25 to 30,000 votes will decide who wins a statewide contest. Yes, I expect the margin to be exactly like that. Please keep this in mind. The theme of our elections are usually going to be very, very close. It's going to be maintained for the foreseeable future. In the event that David Crowley gets elected governor, it's not going to be a landslide. In the event that Tom Tiffany gets elected governor, that won't be a landslide either. And then what's going to happen is if we see those votes are less than 30,000 or less than 25,000, we are going to wonder, could we have done more? Should we have engaged more? Should we have been much more active and involved? And I'm telling you right now on the front end, absolutely, because you don't want to wake up on that Wednesday when Tom Tiffany is giving his speeches. You ain't going to want that. We do have time on our side. We got about 83 days, give or take. Now, that's not an unlimited amount of time, but it's enough time to actually make some progress here. You're going to have to go and talk to your neighbors. You're going to have to. You're going to have to engage some of your family members. You're going to have to. You're going to have to make sure that those that are closest to you and those that you have impact and influence over are ready to vote and that they know how to vote. You're going to have to go to myvote.wi.gov and get a sample of your ballot and read that referendum and read it again and read it to somebody else. And if they don't understand it, read it to them again. We're going to have to do these things because now it is time out for black people to need and to want all of these things. We want all of this social change and we'll put in no effort. In what world? Republican-controlled, Democrat-controlled, capitalist or socialist can you achieve without hard work? Please show me that. What planet is that? Because I want to go there. Where can you get and accomplish and be successful without putting in work? I mean real work. I think that we have distanced ourselves from work, and I think part of a reflection of why some of us are in the situation we're in, we don't want to work for it. You got to work hard. You got to do stuff that you don't want to do so that you can do the stuff that you do want to do. You got to have the crappy job. You got to deal with the boss that makes you sick so you know that you want to do and achieve and be better than that. You got to make minimum wage for a while to realize you don't want to make minimum wage anymore. You have to work hard, and we all are going to have to work hard to make this thing come to fruition on November 3rd. Now, I'm going to let you think about that. I'm going to take a little break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the stuff. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for hour 2.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flysshf.org and ask for an application.
Ugh. Constipation with belly pain back again?
Huh? Who are you?
I'm future you. Future me? Relax, our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Back to reality. Back to life. Back to reality. Back to life. Back to reality. Back to the here and now. Yeah. Show me how. Decide what you want from me. Tell me maybe I could be there for you.
Welcome to Hour 2 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. What y'all talking about in the YouTube chat? If you want to join the YouTube chat, it's so easy, and it costs $0.00. You search 101.7 The Truth on the YouTube, hit subscribe, and holy smokes, it's like magic. Your smile will be brighter. You'll have a little more pep in your step. And actually, here's the thing. It does something to your libido. Seriously. Those people that are in the YouTube chat, they'll tell you. Makes you horny. Reginald says, I told y'all Bob's saxophone doubles as a smoking apparatus. Could you imagine Bob high? Whew! That's not something I ever want to experience. Linda says, it's like they get empowered for being politically ignorant. Make it make sense. There's I guess I'll call it an analogy. Maybe it's a philosophy. The most ignorant, ill-informed, misinformed people, I'm talking about pure dum-dums, right? Think that they're geniuses. You ever met these people? They don't know, I almost said a cuss word. They don't know sugar honey iced tea from Shinola. Shinola is the old shoe polish. But boy, oh boy, do they have the world figured out. Dumb as a box of rocks. Don't know nothing about nothing. The only things they know are just the things that they know. Nothing outside of that. They don't challenge their own viewpoints. They don't even ask themselves, like, why do I believe this? They are just thoroughly committed to their very limited knowledge. In fact, the dumber the person is, the smarter they think they are. Not only the dumber the person is, the smarter they think they are. They believe that they have this incredible authority to tell you how misinformed you are. Oh, they'll go very, very far into letting you know how smart they are and they have everything figured out. You know how you can tell a dumb person? For those of you that can't figure it out, it's usually pretty obvious. They tell you how smart they are. Like, well, I'm smart. No, I know about this stuff, Sherwin. I'm smart. A smart person never has to say that. Let me tell you why. Because very intelligent people, highly intellectual people, you get overwhelmed by how much stuff you realize you don't know. The more you know, the more you realize, holy smokes, there's an entire universe of things that I literally know nothing about. So the smarter the person is, more often than not, the more humble they are. Because as you learn things, you're like, whoa, I lived my whole life and I didn't know that, or I didn't know this. Or if you're exposed to new information, and the best information is the information that gets you to challenge your widely held beliefs. Oh, if I could think of this quote. Was it Mark Twain? It's something like, it's not what you don't know that hurts you. It's what you know that just ain't so. So it's not the ignorance It's just believing in things that are inherently false is more dangerous than being uninformed in the first place. And a lot of that is in our politics. You ever sat down with a Trumper? I mean, hardcore. I hate the libs. I hate Joe Biden. Let's go, Brandon. I hate Kamala Harris. Hate Hillary Clinton. You ever sat down and talked to a pure MAGA? Xavier says he has. It is fascinating. I don't try to convince them. I don't try to change their minds because it usually starts with them poking at me because every so often they'll find their way to 1017 The Truth. Maybe they listen to a podcast. Maybe they find me on YouTube. Well, okay, Sherwin. Okay, then. If the Democrats are so great, then tell me blah, blah, blah. And Sherwin, you're going to sit here and tell me that you actually supported and voted for Joe Biden. Next thing you're going to say is you probably got the vaccine, too. I don't even try to convince these people otherwise. I try to ascertain how they got that way. And they watch Fox News. They're in the echo chamber. And a lot of it is just limited exposure. A lot of it is race-based. They just have this understanding that people of other races, like if you are, let's say you're black and poor. So one of these MAGA people. And it's crazy because they're just as poor as you. Oh, this is the best part. Love these conversations, right? So you got a hardcore MAGA. Oh, my God, they love Trump. I'm talking about one of those people that it doesn't matter that Trump was on Epstein Island. It doesn't matter that Trump said affordability is a joke. It doesn't matter that Donald Trump didn't do anything with a bipartisan housing bill because it bored him. It doesn't matter that Donald Trump put us in another war. It doesn't matter that the Strait of Hormuz is controlled by Iran. Like, it literally does not matter to those people. Trump can do no wrong. And it's interesting because I'm trying to see, like, where their line is. And so far, they haven't hit it yet because everybody has a line. Like, oh, that's enough. Okay, I'm not supporting Trump anymore because he did this or he said that or he is making himself rich. They have not yet reached, they haven't reached their line. And having a conversation with these folks, right? And so they'll look at a poor black person and they'll look at a black neighborhood. Look at your neighborhood. Look at that. You black people are lazy. You don't want to work. And they'll think that just being black inherently means inferiority. And I'll let them say that. And you get very angry, but you have to like muster up the courage to not fire back at them because otherwise you'll want to punch them in the face. And then you don't want to fight a MAGA person because they got nothing to lose. And they'll say, you blacks have all this opportunity and you blacks are lazy, like you blacks are inherently inferior, okay? But then I'll ask them about their socioeconomic situation, and they may be poor too. They maybe grew up on food stamps. They know what a government grilled cheese tastes like, just like anybody else, right? And I'll ask them why they're poor, why they're in a destitute situation, why they're making minimum wage, why they can't afford their bills, why they haven't climbed the corporate ladder like so many of the people that they emulate. You know what they do? They'll blame black people. Wait. But black people are inferior. Look at us and look at our culture and look at all of the violence. But hey, white MAGA person, why are you poor? Because the blacks take all the jobs and all the affirmative action. Affirmative action is gone. DEI is gone. What is your excuse? Now, usually they get very angry because they realize that they have been lied to their entire life. Or a better one is they'll blame the Mexicans. Well, why are you poor? If a white person is poor and you fell beneath the cracks, it's always somebody else's fault. Maybe you just suck. It's okay. No. You have to realize sometimes that you suck, and then you're like, oh, man, it's me. Starting tomorrow, I think I'm going to suck less. But what happens is they become so good at sucking that they are looking for any excuse other than looking inward and their antiquated views and their bias and their racism as the reason why they are in this situation. Now, I'm also not saying that some black people are in their situation just because of institutional and structural racism. Some black folks they're just lazy. Some are. Some white folks are lazy. Never met a lazy Mexican, though. I don't know. I'm just sorry. I haven't been. Is that racist to say that Mexicans work really, really hard? That's not racist, is it?
No.
Okay. They just.
Not all of them work that hard, though.
I bet there's some.
I know some lazy Mexicans.
Do you?
Yes.
So what are they doing right now? Even the lazy Mexicans, I guarantee they're at work right now. They just took a day off of their third job. Oh, I need to take a day off. I'm working too many jobs. No, there's lazy people in all races. But having these conversations with the MAGA folks, because we do share this nation with them, and they have a particular kind of political power that is steeped in their own ignorance. And if you can give them someone else to blame, they will very, very quickly do it. And it's sad. It is. Let's see what else we got going on here. I'm not going to entertain the YouTube chat, and ain't no telling what y'all got going on. From CBS 58, after a bruising primary campaign ended in the early morning hours, Wisconsin Democrats quickly pivoted to show a united front behind David Crowley. The party hosted several events throughout the area. That would be yesterday, Wednesday, August 12th. David Crowley has the full support of dozens of party leaders, office holders, and candidates, all of whom are joining him on a statewide blitz to kick off the general campaign. Crowley told CBS 58 after his last event of the day that, quote, "It was amazing. There's nothing like having your neighbors, your mentors, your teachers, those who've seen you grow up in this community come out to support you." He said when Milwaukee's vote totals came in and delivered him a victory, quote, "Honestly, it was surreal. Not only, that's it. It was surreal." Short on sleep and at a loss for words, a victorious Crowley returned to Milwaukee as the Democratic nominee for governor. Wednesday's Democratic tour of unity was kicked off by Crowley's hometown victory speech, where he welcomed all voters into the Democratic tent. Crowley said, "It's about building something bigger than any one campaign. It's about building a movement, y'all." He then went to the Democratic Unity Breakfast in Madison, heading a table that included primary opponents Kelda Royce, Joel Brennan, Francesca Hong. Crowley said in Madison, "We know that we need to bring everybody to the table." His running mate, Sarah Godlewski, joined him at each event. She said, "We are united to defeat Tom Tiffany this November." In Racine, oh boy, Democratic candidates up and down the ballot rallied for Crowley. Then it was on to Milwaukee. County Chair Marcelia Nicholson Bovell told the crowd, "What a night, huh? Oh my gosh, I'm tired." So at some point, ladies and gentlemen, please indulge me for a moment. Let's just go ahead and assume that we put in a lot of work and we're talking to our friends and our family and our coworkers and our neighbors, and we're making sure everybody is registered to vote and we're informing people on the issues and everybody is ready to do their thing on November 3rd. Maybe some of you vote early, maybe some of you vote by mail, maybe some vote in person, but we're going to be very, very ready. Let's say he wins. Let's say he pulls it off. Let's say we work very, very hard and we do all the things that we need to do. We work hard and we donate a little bit of money. You got to give them a little bit of money. I know you guys don't like to donate money to political campaigns. I'd have to say that this one is probably worth it, especially when you see how they are going to disrespect and denigrate the entire African-American community. The Trump administration and the Trump campaign apparatus, they're going to do some really, really despicable things. And I think that we need to be a firewall to push back on some of that, because I'm just not going to let them talk about us the way that they want to, okay? We can fight back with a couple little few dollars. Kick in David a little $5, $3, $17, $19. Ain't going to hurt you. Don't spend that money on weed. Buy less weed. Buy a little less weed. A little less. Not as much as you buy. You buy too much. And plus, they're going to flock camera you. You know that? If you go to the places with the dispensaries, if you go to the Illinois or the Michigan, they're going to flock you. And then they're going to arrest you for having the weed. Just saying. So buy less weed. Give David a little bit of money. And let's say he wins. We'll be very happy when he wins. But then we got to get to governing. But then also, we're going to have to stay involved. You don't just elect somebody and then walk away and be like, okay, here you go. Here, you're elected now. Do all the stuff. They still need our guidance and our participation. We still have to be connected to our state legislators because they are the ones that create the budgets. We need money, we need resources, but we have to ask for it, and we never show up for budget meetings. Don't worry, I'll keep you informed. But then what if he wins? Now you got to get a new county executive. We're going to have another race for county executive. Oh, you haven't thought about that, have you? David Crowley gets elected governor. We're going to need a new county executive. So here's what's going to happen in the meantime. David wins. He gets inaugurated first week of January of 2027. All right. Marcelia Nicholson Bovell will then be the acting county executive. Now, I talked to Marcy a couple of weeks ago, and we went through this scenario. There'll be an election for county executive now. So when David is elected governor, he's sworn in, because you can't be county executive and governor at the same time. Terrible conflict of interest. Because then David could say, the entire $100 billion Wisconsin state budget is all going to Milwaukee. A lot of folks would be mad about that. So you can't have someone be county executive and governor at the same time, even though it'd be fun for a couple of weeks. Marcelia becomes the county executive. Will she run for a full term or to finish the term of David Crowley? Or will she not run and allow a very, very, very crowded primary of people to run for county executive? Here is what I suspect and what I predict will happen. She will not run for county executive because I think I know what she's keeping her powder dry for. At some point, Gwen Moore is going to look at life outside of Congress, and the life that Gwen Moore sees outside of Congress is going to be more beautiful than the life she sees inside of it. You understand it? So if you thought that this primary for governor on the Democratic side was busy and was crowded, you wait until the seat opens up. I always get the district mixed up because when I worked there, it was the 5th. It's the 4th congressional district. When Gwen Moore decides she wants to retire, you will probably have 20 people in that Democratic primary. Republicans will try as well, but they're not going to win. That will be an absolute mess. I think that Marcelia would rather remain chairwoman of the county board, let another person get elected county executive, and then when Gwen Moore sees that life outside of Congress as one that is more peaceful and more beautiful and more relaxing and more stress-free, and Gwen Moore says, hey, everybody, Gwen, I'm not going to run again. And then she does that thing where people jump up and they click their heels. I could see her doing that. So I think Marcy would run for Congress. Mandela would run too. Oh, I know he would. Why wouldn't he? The hell else is he doing? Whole bunch of people would run. But now we have to think about who we would want as county executive. You might have a couple members of the Milwaukee Common Council run for county executive. You'll probably have several members of the Milwaukee County Board that will run for county executive. And that's not a small position by any means. When you think about it, it is, in fact, a stepping stone to governor. Because Scott Walker was county executive. David Crowley was county executive. One became governor, one might become governor. So that's a very coveted position. And also, Milwaukee County is the largest county population-wise, resource-wise, in the entire state of Wisconsin. So the executive of this county, that's a really high-level political position. So we got to start thinking about who do we want to be in the county executive position. I think it's time for a lady county exec. We got to get some ladies in the executive positions. I just think it's time for it. I don't know what it is that women are just not. For the people that were angry at the commentary and the remarks that they were hearing that, Francesca couldn't get elected governor, don't automatically assume that that's misogynistic. I hate when people do that. So if I was to say I didn't think that Fran could win a general election, I'm not saying it because she's a woman. I'm saying it because how the Republicans could fashion their campaign, because they can make a campaign against her that's not even on the issues, because people will forget the issues because they'll attack her so many different ways for some of her unusual views, unorthodox views, and even her past tweets. And she made a big mistake, but I also think she learned a valuable lesson. You can't waste any of your precious time in a crowded primary or in any campaign where you have limited resources and a limited resource of time explaining stuff you did a long time ago. You can't spend a lot of time on that. Just a little bit of time. And then you say, we're not talking about that anymore. I've already explained it. She just kept, I don't know what it is with Thanksgiving. Y'all got mad about that. You couldn't cancel Thanksgiving if you tried. What are you going to do? How do you cancel Thanksgiving? Go from the Wednesday right to Friday? You just cancel Thursday? You'll cancel the fourth Thursday in November? I'm still going to my mama's house and eating turkey and dressing and collard greens and candied yams and macaroni and cheese. Can't cancel that. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Milwaukee Public School families, the first day of school is Tuesday, September 1st, and there's still time to enroll. MPS offers programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, Montessori, special education, and more. All MPS students receive free breakfast and lunch. Enroll today at milwaukeepublicsschools.org/enrollment. Or visit MPS Student Services at 5225 West Bleeth Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you for choosing MPS.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Come on, Stevie. Whatever happens this November, Wisconsin is going to end up with one of its most improbable governors ever. As a result of Tuesday's primary election, Republican Congressman Tom Tiffany will face Democratic Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, who pulled off a historically narrow primary victory and a historically big upset over Madison state lawmaker Francesca Hong. I saw David on no less than 3 national interviews yesterday. That's a lot. You're getting a lot of attention.
Tom Tiffany's on Fox News right now.
So Tom Tiff, did you set over there?
Yes.
All right. Don't nobody care what's going on Fox News. He's more limited, I think, in like big, widely broadcast media. I think there's more NBC News, MS Now, CNN, and a whole bunch of other subsidiaries in which David can speak with credibility and authority. I think Tom Tiffany might be a little bit more limited because I just don't see Tom Tiffany going on CNN or MS Now or whatever. What makes each of these men unlikely governor? Let's start with Crowley, whose bid for governor appeared to be over last month when he dropped out of the race for 10 days and endorsed another candidate. I got to eat a lot of crow because I thought that damn thing was over. I did, and I saw the polls, and I know that in a primary, because they weren't really drawing any – I got to explain myself here. They weren't drawing any distinctions between one another. They weren't, oh, I agree with that. Oh, yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, we got to fully fund public education. Oh, yeah, no data centers, except David Crowley's like, maybe data center. He's like, maybe a little data center. But they all, we're not APAC funded. They all were just agreeing on all of the things. And so the inconsistency of the in the race, out of the race, I thought the voters would look at that as, oh, well, here's something that we can see some contrast. But there was a very unusual combination of events that I don't think that anyone foresaw. So the impact and the power of Tony Evers' endorsement, it's got some weight. But I still stand firm, and I've been reading what other pundits are saying, and I'm reading stuff they're posting on social media and other journalists. Nobody is including the votes that Kelda took from Francesca. Like, that is the most obvious situation where Francesca lost at least 10,000 votes, minimum, because Kelda voters said that their number 2 choice was Francesca. Their third choice was David Crowley. So Kelda, Francesca, then David. So had Kelda dropped out, oh, absolutely, David would have received some of those votes, but Francesca would have received more. And with the 60,000 votes that Kelda got, quite honestly, unnecessarily, because she had no pathway to victory. Hell, we see more than 60,000 votes in a Milwaukee race for mayor. That's what she got statewide. But she stayed in the race just to take enough votes from the leading progressive candidate because they represented the exact same space. It would be like Mayor Cavalier Johnson and David Crowley both running for governor and splitting the Milwaukee vote and then giving the nomination to Francesca. That is the best analogy I can give. Because, Chevy wanted to run for governor too. Oh, y'all didn't know that? Up until fairly recently, Cavalier Johnson was mad that he didn't get in the race. I'm thinking to myself, bro, for what? You didn't want no nan part of that. You didn't want to be a part of that mess. That was some cat. And look, Chevy might have dropped out too. Oh, I'm gonna drop out of the race. I'm kidding. I'm gonna get back in. Sorry, I'm gonna drop out. Didn't check my calendar. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Got to drop out again. Chevy is fine as mayor because we don't really hold him to anything. We just get mad at him every now and again, like, oh, the mayor should be doing more. But then you realize, what really can he do? When you think about it, really, really give it some thought, you can't lead the city of Milwaukee. Nobody listens. Even if you told the people in this city what to do, because doesn't leadership, aren't they supposed to direct you? Maybe not tell you what to do, but just provide a roadmap or something. We wouldn't listen to Chevy. So I don't know why people even get mad at their quote unquote black elected officials. You're not going to listen to them. Our elected officials aren't doing anything. Okay, let's say they are doing stuff. And they're telling us that we need to be more involved, more engaged. We won't listen to them. It's insane. Let's start with Crowley, whose bid for governor appeared to be over last month when he dropped out of the race for 10 days and endorsed another candidate, Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez. After seemingly going nowhere in the campaign, then he jumped back in when the Rodriguez campaign abruptly unraveled and rode a very large surge to claim Wisconsin's closest gubernatorial primary in more than 80 years. Crowley would be the first elected Democrat from Milwaukee to win a governor's race since the 19th century, Wisconsin's first black governor, and at 40, one of its youngest. Of all of those things that were said, I don't think that people care all that much that he's younger. And that might even be a net benefit for him because I think we're sick of old people. Aren't we sick of old people? Just a little bit. Everybody's so old. And I can say that as someone who is fast approaching old. If I got too old I don't even think I'd run for office because I'd say I'm too old. Like, I can't relate to the kids. I can't. If you can't relate to the kids, then you shouldn't be running for office to represent them. The kids are weird. They do weird stuff. They dress weird. They talk weird. Like, sometimes I see young people, I'm just like, ugh. You know, that's not the right attitude to have. If you want to represent people and run for office, you're not supposed to say, when you see young people.
Power is one hell of a drug.
It is, and it's also wasted on the powerful. And just like youth is wasted on the young, too. But I think we're sick of old people. So David being young, probably a net benefit, even though 40 is not. I mean, it's middle age, kind of. The strongest argument against him, it's not even his race. I don't think so. I think people are hurting so bad and want the state of Wisconsin to move in a different direction, like something that's somewhat independent from Donald Trump, just a little bit, because Wisconsin does have a bit of an independent streak, a little bit, or we used to. Because we'd elect people like Russ Feingold. Russ Feingold is not getting the respect that he deserves. History is not being nearly kind enough to him, especially when the Patriot Act passed 99-1. Russ was like, this is terrible. They're going to spy on you. Now look at us. The National Defense Authorization Acts, plus the social media that we have right now, plus we found out, I don't know, about 10 years ago that our cell phone companies were doing data dumps to the federal government. All that stuff came from the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act allows the U.S. government flock cameras. All this is Patriot Act stuff. Russ was like, we should think about this. Shut up, Russ Feingold. America's under attack, and they blew up the Twin Towers. Patriot Act. We need to have it. Russ was like, no, it's going to be real bad because it's going to be too much. Warrantless wiretaps? You can accuse anybody of being a terrorist. How do you think Donald Trump has the political motivation to say we're going to go after far left groups as terrorists? Because if you name somebody as a terrorist, even if they're not, they can be one of your political opponents. You can look at their bank accounts. You can look at their internet history. You can tap their phones. You can do all of this stuff and not even get permission from the court to do it. This is all Patriot Act stuff. I remember when the members of Congress all stood on the steps of the Capitol and sang God Bless America. And when I saw that, I wasn't like all warm and fuzzy inside. I'm like, this is a weird kind of indoctrination. Like, this is cultish. It's just something about September 11th that 25 years later has not sat well with me. Now, you know, every September 11th or there's about, I do my September 11th special. I always dedicate a broadcast to what happened on that fateful day because it changed the whole world. Between September 11th and COVID, do you remember getting to the airport 10 minutes before your flight? Come on in, come on. But the metal detector just went off. So what? I remember because I flew out of Boston Logan. Boston Logan was one of the airports that the hijackers flew out of, right? So I was in Boston for a week. This is back in 2000? 2001? 2000. And we were in Boston for a week, and I bought a fake Rolex watch off of a street vendor. It was like $20. It looked real to me. And so we're on our way. We get to the airport. We're about to get on our flight. And so I got this gigantic fake Rolex on my wrist. Like this, I'm telling you, I don't even think we had to like take off watches and empty your pockets going through airport metal detectors. Most people don't remember this. Back before September 11th. You just walk through and, okay, what do you got in your pocket? All right, go ahead and get on the plane. Like, we just never even suspected. I just know that security was lax. So I go through that metal detector, and it goes off like crazy, like goes nuts. And I look back at the security guy. He was like, go ahead. I could have had 37 shotguns, 27 box cutters, an Uzi. Just let me go. But then less than a year later, maybe they took advantage of that lax security and they flew out of Boston Logan. And you know what happened after that. But I've always been very skeptical of what happened with September 11th because of the amount of power that we then ascribed to the executive branch. We created the Department of Homeland Security. And what does that do? It spies on Americans. Take a break, come back. Probably continue ranting about stuff. What day of the week is September 11th on? Am I on air that day? Is that a day during the week? That'll be fun. Because you guys all get triggered. September. Wait, September's next month. This is August. September 11th. Oh, it's a Friday. Oh, baby, mark your calendars. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, have you ever lost power in a bad storm and then opened up a bill that was somehow higher than the month before? Or gotten a disconnection notice, fallen behind, and just couldn't catch up? We've been through a lot together. Now We Energies wants to raise rates again. The Public Service Commission is listening, and this is your chance. Comment now. Or come speak in person at Marquette University the first week of September. Learn more at walnutway.org.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
First Gen Postdoc says, Boston has some incredible seafood, by the way. I like Boston, actually. Everybody says the people in Boston are mean. They're no worse than Milwaukee people. Milwaukee people are horrible. We're nice to everybody else. I think we all hate each other, though. Milwaukee folks are weird. We're not inherently friendly, I don't think. If I'm out and just a random person, this shouldn't be, and maybe we're too guarded and too defensive. Maybe that's what it is. But if I'm out minding my business, hanging out with some friends or whatever, and a random stranger comes up to me and starts talking, I'm like, who are you? Leave me alone. I don't know you. Get away. I think too many of us, let me speak for myself. I'm not speaking for y'all. Some of y'all are probably really friendly. I think we go out to hang out with our friends and our family. We go out to hang out with the people that we're out with. We don't necessarily go out to meet people. Because if we went out to meet people, I think more people would go out by themselves. If you go out by yourself, which you should be able to do, and I've done it before, but it's kind of weird. It's a little bit weird. If I go to a bar by myself, you look, men at bars by themselves, you look kind of lonely and creepy. And if you're a man by yourself and you happen to start up a conversation with a woman, you look like a pervert. That doesn't mean that he is a pervert. You just, You look like one. And then a woman who goes out by herself. Well, we know what that is. She's a prostitute, obviously. She's looking for a date. And no, that's me just being stereotypical, but it's just kind of weird, isn't it? Somebody goes out by themselves. I've gone out to eat by myself. I rather enjoy it because the bill is a lot less. It's not like, so if I go out to take myself out to eat, the bill is $20. Let's say I go to Solito Lindo and I get my cheese enchiladas and my rice and my beans, okay? With tip, $20. Best $20 you can spend, by the way. But let's say I went with another person. Doesn't even have to be a date. If I just went with another person, I order the exact same thing, and they order whatever they order. So if I go by myself, it's $20. If you go out to eat with somebody else, it's $140. Not worth it. No, thank you. And then they order more food than you, more expensive food. They drink more than you, and all of a sudden we got to split the bill. But I don't say nothing. I just split the damn bill. I'm not one of those people. Well, I only had this, and I only owe $6.22. No, you split the damn bill. And if you don't like the people that you're going out with because they may be heavy orderers, then don't go out to eat with those people at all. But there is something weird about going out by yourself. I don't think Milwaukee folks are particularly friendly, but people that come to visit from out of town always remark on how friendly Milwaukee people are. And I'm thinking to myself, where are you going? Like where? Or maybe when we find out that somebody's from another city, we're real nice to them because we're wondering, why in the hell would you come here for what? Because we see the problems, or at least I do. And then I'm starting to read all these different lists where Milwaukee is becoming a destination. There are people that are moving from, like Chicago people, this is their number one destination. They're moving to Milwaukee. In fact, you got people from all over the country that are now starting to discover the city of Milwaukee. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I tend to be a little skeptical of outsiders. Like, what are you bringing? I hope you're not bringing more problems and bringing more trouble like the Chicago people did back in the 80s and the 90s. Y'all brought the worst of the worst and all of the crime. They made the crack epidemic worse. I don't know. Illinois people like drugs. I think that's what it is. I mean, they got legal weed.
I got drugs in my booty.
And that's exactly how they bring the drugs up here from Illinois. We're not a particularly friendly place. I mean, just look how mean the Democratic primary got amongst the supporters of the different candidates. And a lot of those supporters were incredibly insufferable. And it's unfortunate because the candidates were very nice to each other. I could see if the candidates were going back and forth, if they were sparring, and if they were, disrespecting one another on the campaign trail, they all smiled at each other and shook hands and never really challenged one another. But boy, oh boy, did some of their supporters really go at it. Yeah, I never really understood people saying, oh, Milwaukee is such a lovely and nice place. And another one they'll say, oh, your downtown is so clean. Probably. Go a little bit north or a little bit south, though. Just a little bit. You don't even got to go far. If you think downtown is so clean, go ahead and go into the neighborhoods. In fact, venture into a neighborhood like late February, early March, and see if you keep that same energy. Milwaukee is so clean. In the wintertime, people literally throw anything and everything in the snow. And then it snows again and the garbage gets covered by the snow, and they'll throw more garbage and it gets covered by the snow. And then when we get our big thaw, people, like, there's a whole couch. People left a mattress and a bed frame. People will leave a Chevrolet, just a whole car. And, oh, look, the snow melted. Hey, somebody left their car here. And all of the trash and the garbage. It's so bad. We have to have citywide neighborhood cleanups. So that's why I see the contrast and folks saying, oh, Milwaukee is so clean. Takes a lot of effort for that. But also downtown, like, there's people I see whose job it is to pick up garbage downtown. Isn't that crazy that you can make an income picking up garbage downtown? That's the craziest thing ever. I feel like I need to go into a September 11th rant. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the governor's race, and people need to be involved and engaged. And you got to make sure that David Crowley is given grace to travel to other parts of the state, because he's going to be talking to the country people and the rural people. He's going to spend just as much time talking about rural farmland as he is issues in the city of Milwaukee. And I don't want any of us here to feel left out because David is not talking about the problems in Milwaukee. Just let him convince all of those other people that he is trustworthy enough to get their vote. Let's get him elected governor, and then we can have all the conversations about all of the things. Okay? All right. Take a break, come back. Continue chatting. I don't know, maybe we'll talk to Xavier about his love life. Things going okay for you?
Yeah, they're always very interesting.
I'll bet they are. You like women with dirty feet, though.
No, I don't. Actually, cleanliness is one of my pet peeves. I can't deal with any kind of weird smells.
Oh, God, it's so bad.
Yes, weird smells, that's automatic no-no.
But you said a girl from River West, and
She was very nice, very put together, professional woman.
What does she do?
She's a midwife and a teacher. A professor, I should say.
She's real liberal, ain't she? So she delivers babies.
Yes. Oh, no, she's like way more left-wing than I am.
What? So
Yeah.
she's a communist.
Oh, yeah.
So she's a Bolshevik.
Oh, yeah. She had me defending the police. She was talking about getting rid of the police and everything. She had me defending the police. Saying that we need them.
Oh, man, I couldn't deal with that. That's too much. I don't like talking politics with someone I got personal interest in, unless we totally agree, but I'd rather not talk about it, because if somebody has a weird view, like, I won't like them anymore.
Oh, no, that makes it interesting for me. I like a little confrontation.
Clearly. All right, let's take a break. Come back. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be back shortly.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Jasmine Jazz West says, what? I love a solo meal or a solo live music poetry slam. Oh, absolutely. Sometimes going to things by yourself is very liberating because you can just experience it just on your own. You don't got to deal with another person. I've gone on vacation by myself before. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that for everybody. If I go to a city like Las Vegas, I don't need another human being with me. Las Vegas is absolutely everything that I need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In fact, sometimes taking another person with you will slow you down. I once vacationed with a girlfriend. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. No, thank you. Women are not for vacationing with. There's no way.
What?
Hell no.
I always have fun.
Ooh, no. They want to do different stuff.
No.
Well, here's the thing. I'll vacation with a girlfriend, but just don't make me come with you when you go do woman stuff. I'm not going shopping with you. I'm not going and holding your bags while you shop. You go and look at stuff that you ain't even going to buy. I'm not going and doing all that. I want to chill. I want to rest. When I go on vacation, I like to vacay.
You have women that want to go shopping on vacation?
Good God, yes.
Oh, okay.
Lord have mercy. Especially women with money. Yes. Yeesh. No thanks. I don't, because they just... I don't put an itinerary together. I'm not trying to say, I got to do this, and on Tuesday we're going to do this, and on Wednesday we got to go. No. How I feel when I wake up determines what we going to do. Some days I want to chill. I don't have to make the most of every single moment. I don't have a scarcity mindset. Like, we have to do all these things. Like, I don't want vacation to be stressful because now you got to fit in all this stuff. You got to be here by 5 o'clock, and the reservation is at 7, and then I just want to chill now. I'm a leisurely kind of person. In fact, when I go on vacation, I like very nice accommodations. I don't like hotels anymore. I like Airbnbs because if you live in a house, when you go on vacation, you also want something similar to a house. And if you have an Airbnb, you can go to the grocery store, you can buy food, you can prepare food right there at the Airbnb instead of having to eat out every single meal. That gets tedious. And also, sometimes you get a hotel room, ain't no refrigerator. Where you going to put your leftovers at? I don't like that. I'm real specific when I vacation. I just got to, or go on vacation. She does her thing. I do my thing. We meet back up for dinner. But because it's a woman, you always got to be mindful of a woman's safety. I'd be like, all right, now be careful. Don't get stolen because we're in Florida. So if you get stolen, I'm not going to know how to find you. So you got to protect yourself now because I'm not there to look after you. That's fine. Come meet up for dinner. I'll see you later on tonight. I'm going to chill. I'm going to go down to the beach. I'm going to go do my little thing. Can't go on no vacation with them. But no, doing things by yourself is great. It's liberating. But I was just mentioning if you went to a bar by yourself, if I know people there, or if I know the owner or the manager, that's a little bit different. But just walking into a bar just solo by yourself and just sitting there at the bar all hunched over, you look like an alcoholic. You look sad. You look depressed. Hi, bartender. Let me get a gin and tonic. Oh, I'm just a little lonely. Because you can't even really approach people anymore. You can't. It's weird. If somebody comes up to me that I don't know, it's weird. Is that me? Especially men. Men want to talk to you at the urinal. Don't do that.
You've had that happen?
Yeah, I had that happen here at the 3rd Street Market Hall going pee-pee.
See, that's why I go to pee. That's why I go pee in the stall.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I need to not.
It's way better. You don't have to worry about people looking at you, talking to you.
I don't want to. Here's what it is. This is probably going to come across as weirdly homophobic, but I promise you it's not. Or maybe it is. Well, let's discuss it. Maybe we can use this as a counseling session for me. Even if I know you, okay, and we're both at urinals that are, I guess, parallel, right next to each other, parallel. We're at parallel urinals, okay? You're doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. There's only one thing you should be doing in a urinal, okay? So I'm doing my thing. He's doing his thing, okay? I don't want to engage in conversation with another man while we are both holding our penises. That's not the time to talk. It's just not. Wait until we've finished, zipped up, And then we're at the sink washing our hands. Oh, hey, Sherwin. Hey, man, how are you? Oh, man, I'm good. How's things going? Oh, okay, cool. Everything going on? Hey, how's the family? Our family is good. And then you get your paper towels. Oh, here's a paper towel for you. All right, thank you, man. And then that's when you talk, but not when we're both at the same time holding our respective junks. That's not when you talk. But I also have to realize that some people are just inherently really super friendly and outgoing. And that's just weird to me.
No, that's weird.
I'm an introvert, 100%. I am every definition of an introvert. I gain energy in small groups. I lose energy in large groups. I can do big meetings and big events. I can do keynote addresses. When they did the Trayvon Martin rally and you had 3,000 people in front of the federal courthouse and I emceed that, I absolutely can do it. But I'm so exhausted afterwards. People exhaust me. And they may wonder, Sherwin, how can you do radio every single day as an introvert? It's just me and Xavier here. I'm talking to one person, basically. And Linda and Bob. That's basically how I see it. Maybe Vanessa. Maybe Jasmine Jazz West. Reginald Jones, he simply talks to himself, so he doesn't even need anybody. Even if there was nobody in the YouTube chat, he would just be carrying on a conversation about, cucumbers, asphalt, astrology, chicken legs. He just kind of types just to himself for 3 straight hours, sometimes in a different language. He's just happy to be typing things to people. So it's very possible to be an introvert. In fact, you'll find a vast majority of us in this industry are fairly introverted people. Maybe not Homer. I think Homer probably likes the big crowds of people. Well, he does that birthday party for the kids every year, which, speaking of kids, it's almost that time here in Milwaukee. The time in Milwaukee that I think is almost bigger than the gunshots, New Year's Eve and Christmas, Easter, even Thanksgiving, which Francesca Hong wants to get rid of. You know what time I'm talking about. It's a very special time of year. It's very exciting. It's full of jubilation and celebration. Lots of revelry this time of year. Back to school, where you're going to have a backpack giveaway every 19 seconds. I've already seen some of the ads and the commercials and the PSAs. I was watching local news this morning, and they're talking about doing all these different backpack giveaways. Irish Fest starts this weekend if you want to go and, I guess, get drunk, because that's what the Irish do. No. Don't get mad at me because I say the Irish are drunk. Look at the mascot of Notre Dame. It's a little small Irish midget with his dukes up. The Irish are fighters. They're violent people, and they drink lots of alcohol. To get into Irish Fest, you can bring school supplies. So we are in that season where we provide all of the school supplies because we want to fully fund public education. And so we get the kids backpacks and have school supply drives and backpack giveaways, but won't teach the damn kids how to read. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for hour 3.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
For 18 years, Veolia has done more than treat Milwaukee's water. Our people have raised their families here, built careers here, and been a part of the community. Generations of workers, millions of dollars a year invested in local businesses, a workforce center built to give young Milwaukeeans a real path into good local careers. 18 years later, Veolia is still here because Milwaukee's still home. Veolia, Milwaukee values, committed to its future.
Game day starts here. The Atrium Sports Lounge, your new headquarters for every touchdown, buzzer beater, home run, and championship moment. Great food, great drinks, great vibes. Located in the heart of Milwaukee's Deer District at 1110 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Milwaukee. Be among the first to experience Milwaukee's newest sports lounge where every game feels like a championship event. Follow on Instagram at Atrium Sports Lounge MKE. The countdown is on. We'll see you soon.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 1017 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Late night glow, the moon don't lie. Stars are winking, I'm asking why. Every word you speak is caramel slow. Sticky sweet, where does this go? Your touch is velvet, your voice a key, unlocking every piece of me.
Sugar, honey, iced tea. In your feels? Sugar, honey, iced tea. Welcome to hour 3 of the Sugar, Honey, Iced Tea Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Let's talk to Linda. You're on 1017 The Truth.
Good morning, America. Good morning, Professor. It's a great day in Milwaukee.
Every day is a good day.
My new saying.
Every day is a good day.
That's my new saying. I'm saying going forward, it's a great day in Milwaukee. But that's called energy overstimulation or drainage showing when we are like in a crowd as opposed to in the studio, because we are more than skin and bones, for real. And that's really great that you tapped into that too, because we need to be aware that when we are around different energies, that it can drain us or overstimulate us, and we have to balance the two. But yeah, that's really interesting subject to delve into. But back to Crawley and how we move forward from here. Yes, I want to work in his campaign, and yes, I want to, bring forth the best of us and kindness and, in our conversations and how we represent ourselves and assert our needs. And yes, I did type up a list last night of our political agenda, and I want to give it to Crowley. Yes, I want to work on this thing, Sharon, because this is our moment. This is our moment. We have to seize it. And I really love the culture and the climate of The Truth with Sharon Hughes, man. We need to just really be in that studio. I'm just saying, the fireplace, the music, Sharon going down with his lecture, man. I could just see it. It's so beautiful.
No, it's
You're
not.
creating a culture, is what I'm saying, and it's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Linda.
So
that's a
what I
nice
have
thing to say. But your agenda for the black people that you want to share with the Democratic nominee, why now? Whatever your agenda is, don't just wait until David Crowley runs for governor or becomes governor. That should be an agenda that you can help to implement in the meantime, because then what happens to your agenda if he doesn't get elected? It just goes away.
Well,
we do still have
the agenda,
the city government,
the
and we still
agenda
have
hasn't
county
changed.
government.
It hasn't changed since 1964. It's just that we are rewording it to where it is not a black issue, but a civil rights issue.
Civil rights issues are black issues. But hold on, when you make the civil rights issue, you got to include, it's going to be the gays, and it's going to be the Asians, and it's going to be the Mexicans, it's going to be... Hold on, Linda. Wait a minute. Linda, nope, bad idea. Let me tell you why. Because we got specific interests.
All of our issues are human issues. Remember, we said that all of our issues are human issues. So therefore, when we express our political agenda, we're talking about human issues, man.
Linda, that's very nice in a world that is completely and totally colorblind or post-racial. They're all human issues. You are correct, but people are going to see race first. Race leads. Race is politics. Race is division. Race segregates children from certain schools. Race segregates geography. Race segregates this entire city. The votes that David Crowley got, if you look at the line, it is literally drawn right along race. So I understand your human agenda, but if people that will be there implementing that agenda see race first, it's not a human agenda anymore. Also, I would caution against us as black people who have been marginalized better and harder and more effectively than any of these other groups, combining our issues with theirs, because we're going to get put at the end of the line.
I understand, but you also said that we need a character like Obama, and Obama was for human rights and issues. And so I am saying that we.
But wasn't that the biggest criticism,
issues.
Linda, when we watered down our agenda to incorporate everybody else? Because what black people do is we become people pleasers, and we allow everybody else to get opportunities, and we support them, and they never come and support us. So what's on your agenda? Can you tell me what it is? Do you have it in front of you? Now I'm curious. What's your agenda?
I don't have it in front of me. I have it on a USB, and on my laptop. But I did cover some of that last night on your Hughes Views 414.
What's one of the? I don't remember. He was doing a lot of jaw jacking.
Okay.
What's one thing?
I was saying, for one, where he started from at the Sherman Phoenix, developing our community, because we have groups that are taking back their communities, such as the Sherman Phoenix, such as Bronzeville, such as Amani. We have homes that are being built in Amani. And they're taking back the power of their communities. They're saying and asserting pride, black pride in these communities. So I'm saying that politically we can develop our communities. That's not saying black, black, black. I'm saying develop communities that are working.
Okay.
That's one.
Right.
Another is investing in those communities with job access and training for the youth and older. Connect with businesses, attract businesses back to Milwaukee, offer them incentives, to work with qualified and upcoming interested youth and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that all
we
makes
got
sense.
What it takes. We just have to invest in what we got.
All right, Linda. I hear
All
your
right,
passion.
now don't get me stirred up here this early.
I don't want to get you stirred up.
But I do, Sherman. I can see us in our election gear. Man, come on now. We're going to make this work, and we're going to make it fun. Hello.
When you say us, who do you mean by us? Not me.
You and me. You and me.
Can't do that, Linda.
One and one makes two in a tree. Singing.
Wait, Linda. Are you high? Did you smoke a little weed this morning?
I'll talk to you later, Sherman.
All right, then. Okay. Why they always got to make it weird? I think her agenda makes a lot of sense. Investing in what we have and developing the community. No, those are all great things. Attracting jobs, providing incentives. Now, we need a workforce, though, because if we bring jobs here, which is very possible, Milwaukee is a hot place. It is. A lot of people want to come here. A lot of businesses, companies want to relocate here. Cost of living is reasonable, even though our housing has gone up in price because a lot of people are not selling. So there's a scarcity on the housing market. It's still a lot cheaper than other Midwestern cities. A lot of activities, a lot of culture, a lot of restaurants. We're on a lake. That helps. Fresh water is a very big deal. Fresh water is a leading industry here in the 21st century. So I think we have a lot of the trappings of what could be an international city. Now, something that we are missing, and this is a throwback to the segregation, is we don't have a more solid public transportation infrastructure, and them damn scooters ain't it. I hate the scooters. I don't want the scooters because the people that get on the scooters are irresponsible on the scooter. I got to park my car. I got to watch out, make sure somebody ain't coming on the scooter, because if I open the door to the Tesla and you hit the Tesla door, I'm going to be more concerned about my door. Damn scooters. Don't do it. We need trains. Light rail, high-speed rail, commuter rail, got to have the trains. We need them. People don't like the streetcar. The streetcar was supposed to expand. I want to be able to hop on a train. I want to be able to hop on a train in front of my house, take the train all the way to work. I don't want to have to drive my car all the time, all the places. I've taken a streetcar before. Pick me up and drop me off at the same goddamn spot. Didn't go anywhere. No, I shouldn't say that. It goes, it's in the 3rd Ward, and then it goes over by Cathedral Square. And then it goes over by the Points East area where you got the Pick and Save and you got the Panera Bread. It's got a little loop. It's got a little 2.2 mile loop. It's okay. We need to expand it, though. Transportation is extremely expensive. Having a vehicle is expensive. You got to maintain the vehicle. You got to buy the gasoline for the vehicle. You got to put oil in it. You got to insure it. And depending upon where you live, your insurance rates might be very, very high. You know that they can raise your insurance rates based on your credit score? That's not fair. So if that's the thing that we're missing, we can't grow as a region. And Cavalier Johnson, who's the mayor of the city, he has a very ambitious plan. He wants to grow the city of Milwaukee to 1 million people. In fact, I think the plan is called Grow Milwaukee. Where are you going to put 1 million people? Where? That's too many people. You got to think this thing through. Got 590,000 people now, doubling the number of people that live in this city. So everywhere I go, I'm going to see twice the people. No, thank you. We don't even have the highway infrastructure to double the amount of people, because that's double the amount of cars. It's double the amount of traffic. Now it's also more tax revenue. It's more income tax revenue. It's more sales tax revenue. But there's a bunch of drawbacks to having all of those people. I like Milwaukee just the way it is. It's not too crowded. Even when traffic is bad, it's not really that bad. You can move about kind of freely. But we can't expand the metro area until we get more public transportation options. But for some reason, it's not a politically expedient topic. If David Crowley, as he's campaigning all throughout the state of Wisconsin, and David is going to come back with all sorts of conversations and information that we never would have heard here in Milwaukee, because people that live way somewhere else, they got different issues. Legitimate issues, but just not the same as ours. Our issues are more urban related. He'll lose the race if he talks about expanding transportation options, because you know what that means? It means integration. You can't talk about that, because the white people, God bless the whites, they've moved as far away as they possibly can. They used to just move to Wauwatosa or Franklin. Now they got to go further. They used to just move to Brown Deer. You know what we did to Brown Deer? Holy smokes. Brown Deer is one of the blackest communities I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
I feel like it's a good mixture of black and white.
It's black.
At least where my parents live. I don't know. I feel like it's
diverse.
It's very diverse.
It is.
Compared to Milwaukee, yes.
It's about damn near the same.
I don't know. I mean, it's anecdotal evidence, but, on my parents' block, they have a white family, a Hmong family, a black family.
Oh, the Hmongs are heavy in Brown Deer. The Hmongs are kind of everywhere.
Yeah, they are. But I feel like it's very diverse. a nice, diverse middle class, upper middle class.
It's trending poor.
Is it?
Oh God, yeah. It's a little bit. Little.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's some poverty in Brown Deer. They got a Walmart, bro. That's whenever
There's a Walmart in Brookfield.
you don't say.
Yeah.
Get out of Dodge.
Uh-huh.
Brookfield could be trending poor though too.
No, they would not let that happen.
You mean to tell me that there's no? I bet you there's Section 8 in Brookfield. It's just not publicized. There'll be Section 8 in Brookfield, but it won't be like a Section 8 complex. It'll be an apartment building where there are some people that are getting their rent paid by Section 8. Because if you qualify for a voucher, I think you can essentially live anywhere. And the federal government pays like 70% of your rent.
How do I get that?
I get on a waiting list. You can meet a woman that has it and just move in with her.
That's not my style.
You never lived with a woman before?
No, I would never.
Sometimes you have to, though.
No.
You say, why don't we split the bills?
Well, I mean, if it's that kind of situation, but I would never move in to another woman's house. That's
No, never.
That's
that.
insane.
No,
Yes.
never that. She's got to move into yours.
Yes.
Yep. You ever gone through a woman's phone before?
One time.
Yep, highly recommend it.
Only one time.
I recommend it highly.
Only one time.
'Cause you're gonna find the same thing. They're very smart now. They'll randomly change their passwords. Or here's what's crazy: like if you go through her phone, mysteriously she hasn't received any text messages since 2012. Like,
Why do you need to go through a woman's phone? That's insane.
Oh no, it's not.
That's toxic.
No, it ain't.
If you feel like you need to go through a woman's phone, you do not need to be with that woman.
Xavier, what do? I do editorial journalism. I investigate. I need to find the truth. I need to uncover the truth. I got to go looking for the truth. I got to go dig for the truth. I can't just accept what somebody says. If I interview a Republican, I can't just accept what they say. I go dig in their record. I go and search and I go research. I look at the background. I need the background. I don't care what you say to me. I want to hear what you say, the things that you don't say to me. I got to have it. I got to have it.
So you'll be like, "Oh, give me your phone so I can look through it," or you'll sneak. Oh, let me sneak.
I'm gonna get in that phone. If I'm getting serious, I just gotta know. I gotta know. I need to see.
The viewers should not call me toxic anymore. You are definitely the toxic king.
I'll take it because I'm being called toxic by people that have stuff that's in their phone, and they think that by calling me toxic, I won't go through that phone. I'm gonna live in that phone. I'm gonna live there. In fact, you know what?
How often do you check a woman's phone?
Not like every woman that I know, because some of them are just birds. I don't care what's
Yes.
you know what I mean. But if I really like her and we're trying to get serious, I got to know. It'll be a while.
A weekly check or a monthly check?
Whenever I get the urge. Usually, here's the best time to check. When she's asleep.
Oh yeah, you're toxic.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm wide awake, and sometimes you just wake up, and a voice will tell you, "Wake up, Sherwin. You can't trust her." Huh? What?
Yeah, that happened to me once, and I had the urge to check the phone at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning.
It'll scar you.
And it scarred me,
Yes,
and
sir.
and I don't do it no more.
No. I would rather be scarred by the truth than live in a blissful life. I got to know.
Well, I would say at least I'm glad I'm a very calm man, because if I wasn't, I would have been caught a case.
I was going to tell you something else that I did one time.
Oh, you can wait till we come back from
Yeah,
break.
I take a break. But I'm in that phone. Hell, I might even look. Don't let me get in the phone, and don't let me change her password to now she got to ask me for her pass. Nah, I won't do all that.
That's crazy.
Sherwin, can I use my phone? For what? I got to call my mama. We'll call her. Here, call her from my phone. No, I'm kidding, you guys. I wouldn't do all that. But you got to go to that phone. Ladies, look in his phone. Go ahead.
Well, there's a such thing as secure folders, right? Where you can just put your text messages in there, and you can look through the phone all you want, and they want to be able to find it.
Ain't nobody doing all that. I'm not hiding stuff from me. It's my phone. Now, here's the thing. Go ahead. Go look in it. Get your feelings hurt. Here, we can talk about it. Here, let's start a conversation about it. Go ahead. Who is this? I'll tell you who it is. Come on, let's chat. Want to see your pictures? Want to see what she looked like last May? Come on. We can do all the things. Because I don't delete pictures.
Oh, yeah?
Hell no. No.
I put them in my secure folder.
That's insane to me. So sometimes I reminisce and I'll be thinking about an ex, whatever, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, remember when we went here? And she'll be like, why do you still have that picture? Think about this. When houses burn down, what's one of the first things that people used to grab? Photo albums. I don't delete pictures. Who does that? That's not what you're supposed to do. Pictures are a reminder. They're a memory. Like, just like you don't throw photo albums away. Oh, I threw my baby pictures away because those are old. No, you keep that stuff. Those are mementos. Those are keepsakes. Those are heirlooms. I don't delete pictures. If you didn't want me to keep the picture forever, you shouldn't have sent it because I'm keeping it forever. And guess what? If the breakup is bad, all my friends are going to see it too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, please. We have
I
fun
never
with
kiss
that.
and tell.
That's not, ain't nobody doing no kissing in them pictures, Jack. I
Yeah, I
promise
know.
you that. Okay, we'll take a break. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are your finances low, your mindset off track, or are you ready to get into real estate? Tune into The Journey with Coach Erica every first and third Saturday from 11 a.m. until noon on 1017 The Truth. It's all about mindset, money, and real estate, helping you take the next step toward building a better future. And since we're marking our calendars, mark your calendar and join us for the Truth Family Fest, Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. until 2 at Riverside University High School. It's free and fun for the entire family, featuring great music, community resources, family activities, and back-to-school support to help students get ready for another successful school year. Interested in volunteering? Visit the Truth Family Fest website at truthfamilyfest.com to complete the volunteer form, or by emailing Sierra.Brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia. That's Sierra, Cierra.Brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia. Bring the whole family and experience one of Milwaukee's favorites community celebrations. Truth Family Fest, Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, the City of Milwaukee, DCWS, AB, I don't know what's happening, AB Core, and Ascension, Milwaukee. They didn't have to spell Ascension phonetically. Who can't say Ascension?
I don't know.
And they even spelled it wrong phonetically. No, maybe they didn't. Okay. Go to the Truth Family Fest so I can stop reading this. Seriously, just go to it. Get a backpack. Even if you're not in school. Just be a 50-year-old person with a backpack. Walking around. All right, what are we talking about? Going through phones?
Yeah, going through phones, being toxic.
There's nothing toxic about that. Just don't be a fool. Men are dumb. You gotta stop being no, not dumb.
You just got to take whatever a woman says with a grain of salt.
What's the point then? I'd rather her just be honest. Like, yeah, sure, when I'm going out to a ladies' night, I'm going to flirt with a bunch of dudes. I'm going to let dudes buy me a drink, and if I like one and I find him cute, I'm going to hang out with him. I might get his telephone number, and I might, go on a date with him. Like, tell me that. I'm not even going to get mad.
Yeah, if it was my girlfriend, I get mad. But if it's someone I'm seeing, I don't really care.
Girlfriends don't exist no more, bro. It's not. No, it's not.
It's not a thing anymore? Nope. I guess I haven't had a girlfriend in a long time.
You're together when you're together. When you're not, you're not. And also, I'm too old to be running around saying, this is my girlfriend. Like, this is my home girl. This is my friend. I don't even say partner because that sounds too woke.
That's woke for you?
Yeah, my partner. That sounds gay. Like, what do you mean your partner? A partner like what, in crime? In business?
Yeah, your partner in life.
A partner in, no. I don't say, imagine a 50-year-old woman talking about this is my boyfriend. First of all, grandma, what are you doing? You mean you got a boyfriend? I'm the girlfriend. You ain't been a girl in 30 years.
Today's 50 is a lot different than the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s.
It is, but it's still half a century old and very wise and very mature, or at least it should be. But don't run around here like I'm somebody's girlfriend. Listen here, Nana. Come on. No, and the other terms I don't like when girls call, me and my girlies are going out. You're not children.
Yeah, that's just, it's a fun way to say they're hanging out with their friends.
That's infantilizing women to where they can act like children and be irresponsible and not have to be like held to account. Oh, I'm just a girl. I used to date a girl that she said, I'm sure when I'm just a girl.
Yeah, girls say that all the time.
That means that I can't be responsible for what I do. You can't trust me. I'm just a girl. I don't know any better. Okay, but then you want us to vote for one of you for mayor and governor? Well, of course, but I thought you were just a girl. Could you imagine like getting a female governor and she messes the policy up real bad or votes or does the wrong thing? I'm just a girl. What do you expect from me? Governor is hard. Too hard. And I will allow you to be just a girl, but then you allow me to be just a man.
And what does that entail?
Do whatever I want. No, I don't know. Whatever men do. What do men do? Work hard.
Be cool. Dominate.
Get yelled at. Don't talk back.
I don't know. I always talk back if I'm getting yelled at. I can't help it.
You can't. Even if she does something that's hurtful or damaging or threatening to the relationship, if you bring it up to her, she's mad at you for being mad at her. Or the tone in which you bring it up, because there clearly is never a good tone in which you can bring up a situation where a woman is to blame for something. So you just have to pretend like whatever problem it is just never happened because you're not going to solve it.
No, not if you have a loving, open connection relationship, you can express your feelings to her, and she will receive them, acknowledge them.
Be careful with that too.
Well, you don't want to sound too girly, but just let her know, like, hey, I don't like what you did there.
Fair enough. She's got to be understanding. It's hard to find that. You get an understanding one, but also men can't be too emotional, and they lie when they say, no, how come you don't open up to me and share your feelings? Because if you do too much of that, because I don't think that women are prepared for us to emotionally unload on them, because there's things that we suffer through and deal with as men that I don't even know if women are equipped. And I'm not saying that the women don't have the capacity to handle it. They just don't want to hear it from their man, because then they're thinking, wait a minute, there can only be one emotional person in a relationship, because she's got to reserve the right to be emotional, because that can be an excuse for why she does things irrationally. Well, I'm a woman. I get that right.
Well, you can express your emotions. Just don't be a crybaby about it. That's why women think, ugh, you're just being too emotional, too crybaby about it. You just got to come up front, be straightforward, and just express yourself. You don't got to be, oh, you made me feel this way. Just say it frankly and bluntly and leave it at that. And they will respect you for it. When you get all whiny and going up to typing these paragraphs about, oh, this made me feel this way and all this crybaby stuff, then that's when the woman loses respect for you. But if you're upfront, and you're not too emotional about it, they will respect that, because that's what women want. They want you to express your feelings, but they don't want to feel like they have to baby you.
Good Lord.
I feel like that's game right there.
You think so?
Yeah. It's working for me.
So, but also, we're in different places in life. Like, I admire listening to, like, your perspectives on things. I think it's fantastic. So, when you get to be old like me, you do not fashion your responses to a woman or your explanations or even how emotional you are in a way that makes her comfortable, because that's gaslighting. I'm going to express myself the way I feel it. And if she doesn't like that, then that's not a me problem. That's a her problem. Like, I'm not going to, like, well, I have to explain myself and talk about my emotions like this. No. I'm going to explain it to her just how I feel. And if I feel like I have to change my explanation or change my tone to suit her, to not tip her off, then that woman is gaslighting me, and that's what's toxic. If I can't express myself the way I feel it, then she ain't the woman for me. And no hard feelings. Just move on.
Well, yeah, you can express yourself, and if your feelings are crybaby, then expect to be disrespected and, not taken as seriously.
Yeah, and that's not for me.
Do you whine when you're expressing yourself?
Depends on what it is. If I'm sick, yep.
Well, sick is different.
No, it ain't. Still whining.
I'm sick.
I'm helpless when I'm sick. I can't do nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, I can't. I need to be carried. Like, pick me up. But sure, when you weigh 250 pounds. Well, come on. Let me get on your shoulders.
You don't have any wheelie chairs around your house?
Oh,
wheelie chair? Like the chairs that you're on
chairs
right now?
with wheels.
Yes, wheelie chairs.
No.
Oh.
No.
Can't be carted around your house then.
She's gonna carry me. I carry her when she's down. You need to pick up the slack.
You must be dating a very strong woman if she's gonna pick up a 250-pound man.
Like, hey, baby, I'm sick. I need to go to the bathroom. Let me get on your back. Come on.
Oh yeah, see, yeah. That's some baby activity.
Mahdi says smart women will always push back and keep secrets. Linda's just going off on God knows what.
I think we're having some real talk here, and I don't know.
Aaron says, I think there's a few accountable women in the chat. If there is or if there isn't, that's irrelevant. I'm just talking about stuff. I'm just expressing things, because men are they're afraid of their women. They just don't say anything. And then they wonder, how come you don't talk to me anymore? And also, they'll use stuff against you in an argument. Like, that's not fair. You're not supposed to do that. You open up to somebody and they use it against you. Oh, that's not nice. You don't do that. I'm being vulnerable with you, lady. Don't do that.
Well, you just don't want to open up the whole thing, You can be vulnerable, but be shielded.
I'm going to express, because I'm used to just telling my feelings. because I do it for work. Like, I don't hide nothing. I just come out with anything and everything. I'm not going to walk around on eggshells or tiptoe around a woman because of how she might take it. I don't care how she takes it. Because then I have to be mindful of, like, I might have the issue. I have a problem. We have a problem. There's an issue, right? But then I can't also have this issue and have this problem and want to solve the problem, but then be sensitive of how she's going to take it. Be an adult. Because here's what's crazy. And also, you can't tell a woman what to do unless you're her boss. It's crazy. In the
You
household,
can tell a woman what to do all the time.
And in the bedroom, in different circumstances, a woman will take more direction from a boss that she hates than a man that she loves. I'm going to take a break, come back, talk to Al on the other side. I know Al's going to have a lot to say. Her boss told her, yes, oh my God, yes, sir. Oh. Hey, sweetheart, can you... Shut up, I'm not helping you with nothing. Boss be like, Lucinda, can you stay late? I'll stay all night. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Lucinda, can you come in early? I won't even go to sleep tonight. I'll just come in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I think you're scarred.
You just ain't been there yet, bro. I think ignorance still is bliss for you because I've been you, but now I'm me. And it's not even, I love women more than I love damn near anything on planet Earth. There literally is nothing more special, more beautiful, more important. And actually, for the benefit of men, I think that is what the space that women occupy, 100%. But I'm also mindful. I also know that we put them on pedestals and we give them the princess treatment because somebody somewhere along the way, and maybe it was Hollywood, maybe it was the media, told us that we need to do that, and they take full advantage of it. And that's the thing. Sometimes I like being a sucker. Sometimes I'm in the mood to be a sucker. Sometimes I know I'm getting played, but like, you know what? Let me just ride this out, and then it is what it is.
Yeah, sometimes the ends justifies the means.
It's the part that bothers me, though, and then I really got to take a break, is how they can have a man that will die for them. Because if I'm with a woman, I have to die for her. If I'm in public with her and a man is messing with her or attacking her, I got to kill that man or defend her, right? So I got to be willing to die for her. She ain't got to die for me, right? So I'm sacrificing potentially my life for her protection and her safety. And a woman will have a man like that, take care of her emotionally, financially, everything. And she can do things with no guilt and no remorse. Cheat with won't lose a wink of sleep. That's the part that blows my mind. So even in the times when I've cheated, I felt horrible. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, you're a cheater? Oh,
stop.
man.
Don't be silly. Don't be ridiculous. Everybody has. And if you say you have it, you're a damn liar. Because the problem, though, is like when you cheat, you know, I call it going on a mission. You go on your mission, and when you come home, for some reason, that's when she's the sweetest. She got dinner made for you. Honey, I knew that you had a long day and you've been stressed out. I made a 7-course meal. She's wearing lingerie and heels. I'm like, oh, damn it. Look how nice she is. And you come home because you just went on a mission and you can't even, because you're empty. You know what I mean? You emptied your clip out in the street. And I'm like, oh, man, this is.
Well, that's why you got the blue pill for you.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee Public School families, the first day of school is Tuesday, September 1st, and there's still time to enroll. MPS offers programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, Montessori, special education, and more. All MPS students receive free breakfast and lunch. Enroll today at milwaukeepublicschools.org/enrollment. Or visit MPS Student Services at 5225 West Bleeth Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you for choosing MPS.
Milwaukee, your weekdays have a new rhythm. Start your mornings with conversations that matter.
Again, I'm the legendary Homer Blow, along with my girl,
Bailey Coleman. Truth in the Morning with Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman. Weekdays, 7 to 9 a.m. Then keep it locked with the voice of the community.
And the more you know and the more skills you have, the more training you have, the better off your community is.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, 9 a.m. to noon. Lunch is on us. Turning up your midday vibe.
It's your boy Ray Nitty and my co-host Maybe Shannon. You can find us on Facebook,
at the lunch break. Make sure y'all follow us, y'all.
It's the lunch break with Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon, noon to 2 p.m. Then we're closing out your day with energy. Lots of it.
It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. We are live and direct. Milwaukee Truth Nation. We are talking black leadership in the city of Milwaukee.
Tap in with Jazz Tyler every afternoon, 4 to 7 p.m. Your home for Milwaukee conversations. The award-winning 1017 The Truth.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Sherwin on the mic, better tune in now. Milwaukee Flame, he be holding it down. Best in the biz, put respect on the name. Whole nation know he ahead of the game. Sherwin on the mic, better tune in now.
Let's talk to Al. Hello, Al. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I hear this conversation. I'm going to keep it 100. Men and women both got secrets. So y'all not going to tell everything. I wouldn't even tell everything. And both men and women, y'all got believable lies. Like some of y'all will be telling these lies like y'all went through this whole ordeal and it ain't never happened. You just did that to get that emotional lock on them. And then here's the thing about when some of you men cheat. Y'all be messy. Y'all change the routine. Y'all come home and then kick an argument out of nowhere just to pick her brain. And then the thing is when you cheat, and it's totally different for a woman. When you men cheat, you will go out there, put out all your seeds, get drained, and then when you come home, you can't shoot no blanks. You can't get it up. You don't even got the Cialis pen to lift it up. You know, so that's how y'all getting y'all cover blown. And this is what you men need to understand, too. When y'all get in these relationships, why do y'all get comfortable and then you let your body go? And I'm telling you this because I need y'all to understand. Y'all let yourself go to the point that your breast's been looking like a pit bull that's been breastfeeding a herd of 13. And then you wonder why she's not trying to touch you. And then you let yourself go so much, then you got to fight back to get back, and then the relationship ends. Now, a woman can let herself go, but you have to realize she got a booty, she got breasts, and a vagina. And men will F anything to get a nut. So what y'all men got to do is y'all got to stay on your game. If you go out in them streets all night, when you come home, you got to lay that pound town down. You can't come home smelling like Motel 6 soap and then you just want to lay there. She know you already been out in the street. So when you come home, you got to beat them guts out. And I don't mean you go down there slipping and snapping and eating for 45 minutes. She don't need all that. She want that jackhammer. Just like, when Bob was talking earlier, back in the 70s and 80s, they would love him up in Sheboygan and Iron Mountain, Michigan. The way he slammed them glasses down, he'd probably have about 14 kids if he was up there. But when y'all come home, you want to go to sleep. Y'all want to act like y'all going through let's not get it twisted. Women have their way of doing their stuff too, but their stuff usually come out when the relationship ends and all that stuff. Because see, the other player, he gonna get upset because she done gave them Scooby snacks to somebody else. So her stuff always come out in the end. But when y'all do y'all stuff, You change the routine. Y'all kick off all these unnecessary arguments, and then y'all get y'all stuff busted up. That's why these dudes walking around here with the little window on the car busted out and the windshield, y'all not laying it down like y'all supposed to. But y'all got to stop letting your body go when you get in these relationships. You ever heard that old wife saying, nobody wants you but me? Because she knows she done got you fat. She done got you out of shape. Now your breast is hanging down to your waist. And, don't no woman want to mess with no man who got a kangaroo pouch when she got to dig on the inside to pull the wee-wee out. Stop getting too comfortable, because you get too comfortable, then you're going to feel like, hey, I'm fat, funky, and musty. Well, I'm fine because she the only one who want me. And she be like, yeah, I got this MF right where I want you, so now I can do what I want. But if you stay on top of your game and you treat her right, she'll be afraid to do something. And then if y'all going to go out in the street and do whatever you do, take care of home. Make sure the bills is paid. If you get another woman pregnant, buy her a brand new car, because you're going to have hell to pay anyway when it comes out. So why don't you just do it right from the gate and everybody can be happy? Have a good day. And make sure you stay up on your pH balance and don't bring home no diseases. And she'll be straight. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye, Al. That should be a PSA instead of telling the parent to put the kid in the car seat. That's a good PSA he just gave us. That was a great public service announcement, an announcement for the service of the public. So she'll have a guy that she has a lot of fun with. They'll go out and do adventurous things. Then there's a guy she can call for money. Then, of course, there's the intellectual guy and maybe the guy that makes her laugh. And so you, as one person, are competing with all of those men. And as long as she has quote unquote male friends, you can't tell her she can't hang out with her male friends because she's known them longer than you. I'm just going to go hang out with my male friend.
I'm that male friend. And I'm actually the friend.
Sure. And also any woman that you know also has several men that meet many different needs, because it's hard for one man to meet all of the needs. That's whatever. It's totally fine. We get it.
Well, it's kind of like guys do the same thing. I have many women for many different things.
There's also, and this one's important, there's a man that's always going to be in her life. Always. And I ain't talking about her daddy and her brother. Always. She's not letting go. No matter what. Going to be there forever. You might have met him. He might like you. And the two of them, when they get together, they talk about you. You're never getting rid of him. He has been in her life through 2 marriages, 4 kids, boyfriends, through abuse, through when she was almost homeless. He was there when she got into it with her mama and her sister. He's going nowhere. You got to be okay with that. Take a break, come back. Going to get ready for the lunch break shortly. It's good to talk about other things other than all this politics stuff. Y'all don't care about politics, no way.
I love talking about this relationship stuff. It's really fun.
Yeah, men need to give our perspectives because men be scared. Married men are afraid of, they can't say nothing. You can't, as a married man, you got to get away from your wife and your family if you actually want to be free and you want to talk. You can't say nothing. Can't say nothing.
Sounds toxic.
Stop using the damn word toxic. Everything ain't damn toxic. Everything is not toxic. Oh my God, everything is trauma and everything. No, it's not.
Yeah, I will say women nowadays, they always talk about how they have some kind of trauma.
And go get it fixed. Or they get triggered. That ain't my problem. You get triggered. Here's the thing. Some people are allergic to peanuts. I'm not going to stop eating peanuts. I love me some peanuts. No, I'm allergic to peanuts. Then you go to the peanut-free zone. It's nuts over here.
When's the last time you had a Mandela?
When Zach made one.
Oh, that's a long time.
A couple weeks.
He's whipping out the Mandela right now.
All right, now. Take a break, come back. Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back shortly.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you looking for a place to shop that offers a fair market price? You need to visit Century Food Store on 92nd and Lisbon Avenue. This week, buy Clyde's Donut Holes for $2.99. 8-piece Del-Fried Chicken for $8.99. Minute Maid Lemonade or Punch, 3 for $4.98. Boneless Pork Sirloin Roast, $2.29. California Raspberries, $2.99. Boneless Pork Sirloin Chops, $2.49 a pound. And Kraft Mac and Cheese, 5 for $5. So what you waiting for? You can also order groceries through DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Instacart, or stop by Century Foods at 92nd and Lisbon Avenue today.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Looking to discover and support local businesses in our community? Then make sure you tune in every Friday, tomorrow, at 8 a.m. to Truth in the Morning with Homer and Bailey for What the Business Is, powered by We Energies. Each week, you'll hear from local business owners as they share what their business is, where they're located, and one valuable lesson they've learned along the way. We Energies is proud to help power local businesses and the communities they serve. Don't miss What the Business Is every Friday at 8 a.m. only on Truth in the Morning with Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Talk to Mike. Hey, Mike, how are you?
I'm good.
We can barely hear you,
Yep.
Mike. Let's fix that.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Much better, Mike. Thank you.
Yes. I got a question now. I know David Crowley's running for governor. Now, I just want to know, like, how can he be a governor if he didn't run Milwaukee County right? He did not run Milwaukee County right. He did nothing for us. So why should I vote for somebody who, just because they black? That doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at what his history is. And Milwaukee, I live in Milwaukee. It's a rough town. I ain't seen that man walk through the neighborhoods. I ain't seen him try to do anything for the black or anybody, you know what I'm saying, for it. But now that he's running, everybody want to, you know, just vote him in office because he's black. I just want to know, like, what is he going to do to help the black community? I see poor people, homeless people. I see a lot of people. I just see a lot of things going on that he could have stepped in and tried to make a difference. But it's like he dropped, you know, the ball to go try to clean up somebody's own, you know, to be a governor. But how could he govern if he couldn't even clean up his own backyard, which is Milwaukee County?
Don't vote.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, don't vote. We're just going to leave that right there. Just don't, like, what is David Crowley, who's a county executive of a 1 million person county with 19 different municipality. There's 19 different mayors. There's 19 different councils. Like, what is he supposed to do for black people? What do black people expect elected officials to do? Come wipe our asses for us? Come clean our houses? Like, what? No, I'm being realistic. If we're not doing much for ourselves, like, what are we supposed to do? And also, I would ask someone like Mike, because there's many like him, what are you doing? You very well may have more influence over your community, or at least over your household, than the county executive. What, he's supposed to walk through the neighborhood? What are you supposed to do? Pick your garbage up? He executes county government. Probably 20 different departments. What do black people expect? And if you think that by voting for someone, they're all of a sudden going to do a whole bunch of stuff for us, that's insane. I'd rather you not vote. Just don't even trouble yourself with it, because we know we're not going to get 100% voter participation. And if you have the attitude, well, if I vote for somebody, they have to do a whole bunch of stuff for black people. You know, there's white people and Asian people. What if they all said that? What if a Mexican called and said, what are you going to do for us? Huh? What are you going to do to stop ICE and immigration? Nothing. Not anything. Can't do a damn thing. That's insane to me. That's basically saying you don't know anything about how the political system works. You don't participate. You probably don't know who your elected officials are. But to think that, like, that's insane to me. The vast majority of the work of improving our community has got to come from us. And if we think that we can outsource that, then we might as well be slaves. Might as well. That's just crazy. Like, what can you even do? Do you think parents can't even control their kids? What power does a single elected official have over somebody else's child and the behavior of kids? And how can an elected official stop you from wanting to shoot somebody? Well, the county executive said that we should not be shooting anybody. So you think people are going to listen to him? It's crazy because, like, we'll blame somebody for not fixing us, for not helping us. You're not doing enough for us. But if they tell us what to do, we won't listen. Tell them to mind their own business. Stay in your lane. We're so duplicitous. And so what I'm going to say to those people, just stay home. Don't even trouble you. Don't even bother registering. Just if you think that somebody who's black is supposed to do a whole bunch of things for black people, then ask your pastor. What's your pastor doing for you? Maybe the pastor can do stuff for you. Let's talk to Gary. Hello, Gary. How are you?
Hey, good, Sherman. How are you? No, I just want to rebut what this guy Mike Carter said. And my question is, what is Tiffany going to do? That's it.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do. I just get tired of hearing the question, Gary. What is he doing for us? It's like if there's garbage on the ground in the black community, that's an elected official's fault. Well, he didn't come and clean up the garbage. Who put the garbage there? Well, I did, of course. All right. Thank you, Gary, for your call. Gary. Do we have to have a civics 101 lesson? Like, I give those way too often. I like to think that I'm talking to folks that actually have an idea of how this thing works. Voting for somebody is not automatically going to change your life, especially if you've screwed your entire life up. Voting for someone means that you just elected someone, but your life is still screwed up. But also, do we want a person or an office holder to have that much control over our lives? The only thing that we can ask that they do is provide opportunities and policies that make it easier for us to realize our full potential, to make sure that there is value in our work and that things are much more fair and equitable. That's the only thing that we can ask any of them to do. But if your life is screwed up because you made a bunch of bad decisions, electing somebody is not going to fix that. What did we learn today? We learned that you got to be careful when you expose your vulnerabilities to your partner. We also learned that Xavier cheats.
I never.
Oh, shut up.
Never.
One time, you never little dabbling.
Nope.
Well, I got to go.
Not with a girlfriend.
What? Get ready for the lunch break. Goodbye.
At Milwaukee College